Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is Roz and Mocha.
It's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Roz. Mocha. Roz and Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow! You just won $1,000.
That is amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Powered by Air Transat.
Hi, this is the Roz and Mocha Show. Who's this?
Gracie.
What's going on?
Not much. I was wondering if you guys could play 5 and 7.
Oh, you like that game?
Hell yeah.
What's your favorite part about that game?
I have a friend in the UK and he can't listen to the show, so I'll put your podcast on when I'm FaceTiming him.
Why can't he just listen to the podcast?
Because apparently it says it's not available in his country or something.
Oh, really? So, hold on. So the Roz and Mocha Show podcast is like Canada exclusive?
No.
I think so.
No.
It's got to be worldwide.
No.
Yeah, we have people who listen to the show like elsewhere outside of Canada.
It has to be.
Wait a minute. What do you know what device your friend is using?
iPhone.
So tell them to go into like the App Store or whatever and change their country code to Canada, download all the episodes of the podcast, and then switch it back to wherever, Great Britain or whatever, so that they can continue on with their regular Apple life.
But also Spotify and Google Play. Like there's a million different places to get the podcast.
I didn't know you guys were on Spotify.
Yeah, man.
For a while now.
Doing it on
What do you think?
iTunes.
A couple of jabronis over here? No.
Oh.
All right. Well, so 2 things. Number 1, go tell your friend that he can get the Roz and Mocha Show podcast pretty much everywhere.
Okay.
Number 2, give us a couple of minutes. We'll get set up and we're going to play 5 and 7 for you, okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Take care.
Love you.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Let's go through some more Apple reviews that we've received lately, Roz. And everyone has been giving us 5-star ratings, which we love and appreciate. Thank you so much. So again, if you are on iOS and you have not yet given a rating and or review, feel free to do so, and we'll try to read as many as we can on all the episodes of our podcast. This one from Crystal Wang. It says, "Hey, Roz and Mocha, I've been listening to your podcast for the last 5 years, but since changing to a new job, it's been really hard to get a chance to listen to the radio anymore due to commuting. It wasn't until last month I found out that you guys had a podcast." Oh, I guess she meant she's been listening to the radio show in Toronto for 5 years. So she found out last month that we have the podcast now, and she said she was stoked. "I now listen to the podcast on my commute to and from work, and I even got my boyfriend in Florida to start listening as well." Wow. Just the other morning, he texted me, quote, "Oh yeah, it's Monday. I'm so pumped for the podcast," end quote. "We find you guys so funny and entertaining. Thank you for creating another activity we can enjoy together. Also, Roz is my favorite and he loves Mocha." I assume
her boyfriend.
No.
Oh.
She means that you truly do love me.
Oh, no, that's not what she meant at all.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
No, it's not.
Bran123 Mama of 2 wrote, oh, the subject line is Smooth Cool Woman number 1.
Oh, here we go.
"Recently, my mom passed from cancer. There's been days that this podcast is the only reason I've smiled. I want to thank you for making me laugh and smile during such a hard time in my life. From the bottom of my heart, thank you." So, Brand123 Mama of 2, we are sending you an infinite amount of love. Thank you, and shout out to your entire family. Bree Tang writes, the subject line, "Who needs a therapist?" Also gave us 5 stars. "Listening to these guys in the car is all you need. Endless laughs, real life talks, exactly when you need to hear them. Absolutely everything you could want in a podcast." And we will end on this one. Bobby Down the Legend 23 wrote 5 words only.
Okay, here we go.
"Mocha is the best, obviously."
Oh.
Also gave 5 stars. So feel free to leave a rating and or review on Apple Podcasts, and we'll try to read as many of them as we can on every single episode of the podcast. And of course, right before we do Ask Roz and Mocha, which is coming up later on in today's podcast.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Here we go, huh?
This is 5 in 7.
Yes.
A Roz and Mocha original game. If this is your first time hearing 5 and 7, here's how we play.
Very simple. Hello, Damnit Maurie.
Hi.
We will ask Damnit Maurie to name 5 things. He has 7 seconds to name those 5 things.
My heart is a pounding.
Mocha will be the official judge and timekeeper. Damnit Maurie, are you ready?
Yeah.
Maurie.
Yes.
Name 5 dead presidents.
Abraham Lincoln. Ronald Reagan. It's not
loser.
Jacques Cousteau.
Jacques Cousteau.
He was the 20th one,
I believe he was.
Or 19,
I believe, he was right after Roosevelt. Maybe
Cousteau.
Truman, then Cousteau, was it? Did it go?
I think. I don't know.
I don't remember.
I may have to check Wikipedia for that.
I think it went Coolidge, Cousteau, and then, okay. There's an infinite amount of dead presidents, by the way.
All of them.
All of them. Okay, cool. Can you name 5 presidents?
Okay, Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Niall Gore.
Niall Gore.
Or something Gore.
Niall Gore.
Abraham Lincoln.
Was he after?
Okay, hold on here. Who's
Jacques Cousteau?
Who's Niall Gore?
No, is it Niles?
Niles Gore. Who's Niles Gore?
Or was he vice president?
Al Gore?
Yes!
Okay, so the answer is no, you cannot name 5 presidents.
Okay, next.
Damnit Maurie, name 5 card games.
Okay, card games. Go Fish, Solitaire, what do you call it there? The one with the cards.
Did you say the one with the cards?
Yeah.
All your answers have to include cards. Bro, what about blackjack?
I was going to say Cards Against Humanity.
What about Crazy Eights? I would have given you Cards Against Humanity.
Go Fish.
You said Go Fish.
said
That was
that
the first
one.
one you said.
What about poker?
That too.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
The one with, is that the one with 21?
No, that's blackjack. Damnit Maurie.
Yeah.
Name 5 famous Jennifers.
Jennifer Aniston, Jennifer Coolidge, Jennifer Lowe, J. Lowe, the one that's in Hunger Games, Jennifer Lawrence.
Loser.
Did you just say Jennifer Lowe, J. Lo? You mean Jennifer Lopez?
Yeah.
Jennifer Lowe. Jennifer Lowe, a.k.a. J. Lowe. Jennifer Lowe. I believe Jennifer Lawrence is who you were thinking of.
I said it.
Jennifer Jason Leigh would have given you that.
Right. Yes.
Lots of Jennifers. Maurie, name 5 provinces east of Ontario.
East.
To the right.
Thank you. Prince Edward Island. Done.
Loser.
What else is out there? What's east of us? If you get on the 401 and start driving east, what do you hit first?
Okay, so once you leave Ontario.
Okay.
Bro, you about to say Hamilton?
Okay. If you get on, if you get on the highway, right? Okay, if you get on the highway and
But
you
the problem is if you go east, it then curves around Niagara Falls and you end up going west.
Okay. If you get on the highway, 401, okay, and you start driving east, east on the 401, what do you eventually hit?
PEI?
Well, eventually, I guess, maybe. So what do you hit first? East.
Like I'm looking at the map.
Yeah.
And you said to the right?
Yes. What province do you hit first once you leave Ontario to the east?
I don't know.
No.
I think.
How do you not know that?
But I was told it's okay to say I don't know.
Yeah. It is okay to say, but I don't know if it's okay to not know that.
What about Quebec?
Because I feel like that's the other way.
Which way?
West.
West? You think Quebec's in the west?
Is it? Okay.
Again.
Loser.
We do one more?
Yes, Maurie, come on, man. I'm fighting for you. Okay? Get Quebec out of your mind. Get PEI out of your mind. Get Newfoundland out of your mind. Get New Brunswick out of your mind. Get Nova Scotia out of your mind. All east.
Oh, you said them.
Damnit Maurie. Name 5 desserts.
Okay. Sundae, ice cream, gelato, cookies, pie.
For the first time ever in the history!
Can I just say, I got a sense that Maurie needed a win, okay? Right?
Oh my God, for the first time ever in the history woman being played on the Roz and Mocha show.
Yeah.
Without using it as an example, Maurie is a
winner.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
We have to settle some controversy here. So we play a game on this show called 5 and 7, and it's very simple. We asked Damnit Maurie to name 5 things. Damnit Maurie has 7 seconds to name those 5 things. Historically, when we do this, Damnit Maurie is terrible at it. Anybody who's ever listened to this show. It's a very difficult game, actually, if you even want to play it at home. But Maurie pulled out one of his only wins this morning. And the question was, Damnit Maurie, name 5 desserts in 7 seconds.
Here's what went down.
Damnit Maurie, name 5 desserts.
Okay, sundae, ice cream, gelato, cookies, pie.
And immediately, we were inundated with fans of this show who call shenanigans on Maurie's win.
What? That's 5. I count it right now in my hand.
Specifically, one text at 925-555.
Oh, just one?
No.
No. One of many.
Specifically.
But
Okay.
this one specifically. But aren't sundaes and ice cream the same thing?
Okay, now hold on. Let me defend myself here. Words just come out of my mouth, but now allow me to defend this.
Okay.
A sundae has specific toppings, and ice cream could literally just be ice cream in a bowl.
But what is the
what if-
base of a sundae?
Oh, 1,000% ice cream. But then as a banana split, would you consider that ice cream too?
But if I ordered ice cream with butterscotch sauce on it, what's that?
Then is a sundae the dish it's in? Like it has
Nope.
to be in a specific sundae dish.
No, they're just both ice cream.
So did I not win?
No, I don't
No.
think you did.
Oh, come on. I got the horn.
I don't know. I
got the horn and I think I'm going to cry.
Yeah, no. I'm sorry, Maurie. But,
Loser.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Air Transat flies to 6 destinations in Cuba, and this is one of the places that you went to with your family, Roz.
Yeah, we did the Cuba.
Last year, right?
Yeah, we did it over in between Christmas and New Year's. We did the Cuba trip.
Oh, perfect time to go.
Yeah, because it was the perfect time to go. I think we left Boxing Day, and it was the perfect run of time. And it's just that little window in the winter when everything else is just so chaotic with family and the holidays and everything else. To get away in that span between Christmas and New Year's is what fixed everything.
Yeah.
It got me through the rest of the winter. Where did we do? We did Veradero with a day trip into Havana. And the day trip into Havana, I'd never done that before. And it was so beautiful.
And Veradero is one of those, one of the 6 destinations in Cuba that Air Transat flies to. My favorite thing when hitting up somewhere like super, super hot is definitely checking out the beaches. And the beaches in Cuba are just stunning.
Yeah.
Cayo Coco on the list as well. Cayo Santa Maria on the list. Joaquin, Cayo Largo is on the list. Like, so many places to go, and your options are literally endless. So check out the list. Go to transat.com to see all the things available for you when visiting Cuba, and of course to book your trip right now.
There we go. Let's take a phone call.
Hey, it's Roz and Mocha. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. What's your name?
Bonnie.
Roz, Bonnie just texted this. I have the funniest joke to tell, and it hasn't disappointed yet. Call or forever wonder.
Oh, wow.
So, Bonnie, there's no way we couldn't call you. What is this funniest joke that you have for us?
This gentleman is trying to find his future wife. So he has 3 women he can choose from. He gives $10 to each woman. The first woman takes the $10 and spends it all on herself. The second woman takes $5 and gives $5 back. The third woman spends all the $10 on him. Who does the gentleman choose?
Oh, so this is more of a riddle.
It's not a joke.
Yeah, not a joke.
Well, it's both.
No, it's not. This is
a
just
riddle.
straight up a riddle.
No, but it's funny in the end.
That's what she said. there's your punchline for your wedding joke.
That is.
Okay. So the first woman he gave $10 to, spent it on herself. The second one took $5, gave it back to him. She kept the other $5. And then the third woman took the $10 and just gave it back to him.
Yes.
I'm going to say he picked the second woman, the woman that shared the money with him.
Okay. And Roz?
Okay, so hold on here. Say it again. What do we know for sure?
We know that he has an option of 3 women.
No. What? Hold on here. Say it out again. Say it one more time.
Okay. A gentleman is trying to find his future wife.
Okay, pause.
He has to choose.
Wait, pause.
A gentleman.
A gentleman is trying to find his future wife. So we know that for sure, that a guy's looking for his future wife.
Okay.
And you said what? He has to choose, right?
Yep, he has to choose between the 3 women.
Has to choose between these 3 women. Okay, yeah.
He gives $10 to each woman.
Yeah.
To see what they'll do with it. The
Right.
first woman spends all the money on herself.
Okay, so that $10 is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second woman spends $5 on herself, gives $5 back to the man.
Okay.
The third woman gives all the money back to him.
And which woman does he choose is the question, right?
It's a lot simpler than you think, really.
Okay, I'm going to say the woman that spent it all on herself, because then he's up $15 from the other 2.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
He chooses the one with the biggest.
Oh.
Bonnie, you're right. That is funny.
I told you it was a lot simpler.
Who taught you that joke, Bonnie?
A friend of mine, so I kind of stole his
God.
thunder.
You need new friends, girl.
Maury literally just walked out of the room.
Love you lots, Bonnie. Thanks so much for listening.
Thanks for calling.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Did you go in the pool yesterday?
You know, the plan was to take a dip when I got home.
Mocha got a new house and he bought a pool. It's
on a
it's
day
like a
like-
big pool. It's like a grotto at the Playboy Mansion. It's got like a waterfall and like it's real sexy.
And I don't swim.
No, you don't. That's the irony.
I don't know how to swim.
Yeah.
I'm going to take lessons though. So I just chill in the shallow end.
Like on the steps?
Sit on the steps,
Yeah.
sure. So yesterday the plan, as soon as I got home, because it was 36 degrees, was to hop in the pool.
Right.
But then I was starving. So when I went in the kitchen, I was like, what do we have in the fridge? And I had leftover fried chicken with mac and cheese.
Oh, jeez.
So I sat down and I had that for lunch. And then passed out.
Yeah, you're not going to the pool with that.
Passed out on the couch.
Yeah,
right
man.
after.
And if you wear a t-shirt while you swim because you're ashamed of your body without eating mac and cheese, you'd be wearing a sweater. Like you got to go find a turtleneck before you go in the pool after eating mac and
Does
cheese.
the rule still apply that you have to wait an hour before eating or after eating?
False.
Well, no, I mean, you need to let your food digest, and you don't want to get a cramp, and you don't want like anything
Yeah, I mean,
else.
that's if you're like going in and you're really like swimming.
I grew up thinking like that. When you tell kids that you got to wait a half hour after you eat, it's like nobody explains what will happen if you do swim, right? Like, will you throw up? Maybe because nobody wants somebody to throw up in the pool.
No.
So maybe you just tell kids, maybe you might puke. But also, like, I grew up thinking that rule was there, but no explanation as to why that rule existed. Like, was I going to seize up and then just sink to the bottom? Like, nobody told you what happened.
Or what you have to do to get that. Because, like, if you're just standing in the pool or floating around, I think you're fine. I think it's if you're doing laps.
No, but still, nobody told you. The problem with that premise was nobody told you the consequences of swimming. They just said you have to wait. And when you're a kid and somebody tells you to not do something, the only thing you want to do is to test the theory as to why you're not supposed to do that thing. But I never knew why I had to wait a half hour.
Always from my mom, even when she didn't know it, like the actual answer, she was like, just because.
Yeah, well, that's not an answer.
But Mom, that's not the answer. Like, why? She said, because.
Yeah.
It just is, okay? Just like,
yeah.
It is what it is.
There's a lot of mom logic that we had when we were growing up. Not you, Maury. You know, like, Maury, who was the person in your life that told you that if you went outside with wet hair, that you would get a cold?
Nobody.
Okay.
Who in your life do you think it would have been?
That's a mean question, Mocha. How dare you ask that question? What does it matter with you? Anyway, no, there was a lot of mom logic that we had growing up, but no, waiting to swim after you eat and your hair you're going to give you a cold if it's wet. There's no reasons for it.
Yeah.
There's no reasons
So what
for
time
it.
are we going to your pool today? Hello? Hello?
Sorry, pool's closed, more. Pool's closed.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Maury, come in here for a second, please. I don't know if I want to do this. I've been debating about doing this all morning.
What?
So it's Poets Day. And as we know, Damnit Maurie is the Roz and Mocha Show Poet Laureate.
Yeah.
Maurie Angelou. And
hello, my students.
He's like, hey, I want to write a poem for tomorrow. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm like, what's the premise? And he goes, looking at guys on the beach.
What?
When I'm with Matthew.
Your husband? What?
Doesn't everyone do that?
But there's a fine line between like fun and cheeky and stalkerish and alarming. And this is what, your third draft now on this, more?
Yeah.
Third?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe we should have had a discussion about this before going on the radio.
But then it's not fun for you. So words. Okay, here. Why don't you go ahead, Maurie?
Okay.
And read the latest version of this, and we'll let the people decide whether this is cheeky or creepy. You can text us
925-555.
Right.
Or you can call us at 416-870-8888.
And keep in mind, this is a slight elaboration, but based on truth. And keep in mind as well that when Maurie is in these situations, he's usually lying on a beach beside his own husband. Okay, so Maurie, please.
It's called To All the Men I've Looked At Before.
Right.
Oh,
okay.
wow.
There you go, Maurie.
Ugh, it's so muggy, but the guys ain't fugly. So many trunks and so many hunks. There's sand on my feet. I can't take the heat. But y'all are worth a tweet. It's wise to cover my eyes as I ogle their thighs. As I soak up the sun, I look at both your bun. As you flex that sweaty gun. It's freedom of speech as I rhyme about the hot guys on the beach. We go to the water where we know they're all hotter. As I rest, I stare at your chest. I'm very impressed. The men on the beach are always dreamy. The sun ain't the only thing getting steamy. I pick up a rock just so I can gawk. Drool, such a jock. A guy with those abs probably cheers for the Habs. To all the men I've looked at before.
Okay, so creepy or cheeky?
Creepy as hell.
Okay, so here's a line that I had Maurie remove.
Hold on, but I need to play this music instead.
Yeah, okay. One of the lines was simply this. They look so... Keep in mind, he's on the beach.
Okay. Next to his husband.
Next to his husband. They look so tanned, I should be banned.
Oh my God. No, that's not a line. Is it really?
That was. And then there was this one. I'm very impressed. If I keep looking, I should get arrested.
What? Dude.
Right? So I'm like, bro.
Highly inappropriate.
Yeah. So I was like, rewrite this. Make it about you and your husband, and it's difficult to lie on a beach with your husband when there's all these hot guys around.
Doesn't
People
it
can
fall
relate
under
to
art?
that. No, I'm like, people can relate to that, right? And so this was the version he came back with. Still just as alarming.
Like,
so it's...
Hold on, but you can't add the two lines Roz read into what I read.
Maurie, the only thing you did in your poem just now that you read was remove those two lines.
Yeah, so they're separate.
Okay. So what are people texting? Creepy or cheeky? What do you say?
Okay, here we go. 925-555.
Thank you.
Somebody wrote simply creepy.
Yes.
OMG, Maurice, you're creepy. Somebody else texted. Tell Maurie to put $5 in the creepy jar. Another text. Again, 925-555. Maurie's so creepy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, no.
Somebody wrote repulsively disturbing.
Wow.
Y'all don't know art.
This is so creepy. Lorna wrote that. Somebody else wrote creepy.
Did anybody say cheeky? Did anybody get it where Maurie was coming from? Nobody understood his art.
Let's see.
Not one.
Creepy at a whole new level. Okay. Creepy. Funny. Wait, no, creepy. So the answer is no.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Creepy. No, you guys are right. Totally creepy. Creepy ASF. Maurie should just stop writing.
So
another text we got simply reads, divorce.
It's Poets Day, and Maurie wrote a poem about the struggles of looking at or trying to look at dudes on the beach when he's on the beach with his husband. And it's alarming, and I struggled with actually doing this on the show because I just didn't want people to think that he was that creepy. So he read it. We'll have him give you a little taste of it again in a second. But he read it, and then we just asked you simply to text us, creepy or cheeky. Like, did you get the humor in it, or was it just flat out creepy?
My favorite text that we got was repulsively disgusting.
And Maurie
disturbing. Sorry.
Maurie just came in before we went on the radio and goes, "Are you not going to read like any of the ones that say cheeky?" Are there? How many? Realistically.
Okay, let me
Realistically.
see. One said cheeky,
Yeah.
loved it.
But there's like two, right?
I read one.
Okay, one. Did you want us to read that one? Is that what you wanted?
I saw two.
Okay.
Okay, no, you're right. There's
Thank
two.
you.
There's two. Okay, cool.
But they both came from the same number, so does that count?
No, that's one. So, Maurie,
You can't weasel your way out of this
if you could give the people just a little bit a taste again.
There's sand on my feet. I can't take the heat. But y'all are worth a tweet. It's wise to cover my eyes as I ogle at your thighs. As I soak up the sun, I look at both your bun. As you flex that sweaty gun. It's freedom of speech.
Why you gotta read it like that, though?
Yeah.
Why gun?
Yeah, now you just need to stop. Friendly reminder,
Yeah.
Maurie's thinking of these words while he's sitting on a beach next to his husband,
Thank you.
Matthew.
Thank you.
Hold
Both
on,
wearing
Noah.
shirts because Matthew won't let Maurie take his shirt off at the beach.
Ooh, zing, ouch. Noah is on the phone. What's up, dude?
Hey guys.
You sound pretty upset right now.
What's up?
No, I'm just like scared from that poem.
Oh, God, right?
Weird. Super weird. Could you imagine? Noah, you're married, right?
No.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Okay. Do you have a girlfriend or boyfriend or anything?
No.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Totally single.
Well, I was going to say, like, if you're in a relationship, could you imagine your significant other, when you're out in public, like that's what's going through their mind, looking at someone that they, or a bunch of people that they could be attracted to, and then putting pen to paper and writing all of those thoughts out to share with millions and millions of people across the country?
It's very creepy.
Pause for 1 second. Noah, Maurie wants to know how you look in shorts. I'm kidding.
Don't answer that, Noah!
I was never planning to.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Did you see this picture of Barron Trump?
Uh-oh.
So
No.
he's 13 now. And
I don't really see many
you
pics
don't.
of him.
You don't. There is a rule that the first kids until they're 18 are completely off limits.
Yeah.
Unless they are in public with the first family.
Sure.
So yesterday they all got off the helicopter. I don't know what you call it. Air Force something or other.
Air Force copter.
Yeah. And the last time I saw Barron was, I think, like inauguration day.
Yeah.
And then they hit him away and he went to school and he plays soccer and he does
But
the
people
whole
were saying some like
thing.
pretty mean things
They were.
about him. I felt bad for the kid.
But it's crazy when you look at this picture because Barron Trump in like, how long ago was that? Like maybe 3.5 years ago?
Yeah.
A little over 3.5 years ago, is now taller than Donald Trump and Melania.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Stop
and
it.
Donald Trump's 6'2".
Hold on. 13-year-old Barron Trump
Yeah.
is taller than his dad?
Yeah.
Let me see this picture.
Yeah,
Come
dude,
on
I'm no joke. But to me, this makes perfect sense. Here, I'll show you. Let me give you this. Let me show you here.
Why? Because of his mom?
What's that?
Because of his mom?
Yeah, well, I mean, Melania is 5'11", and Barron is, I don't know, I'm guessing like 6, he's over 6'2", because Trump's 6'2".
Wow.
And he's towering over them. Hold on, let me find this for you. I lost it.
That's what she said.
Stop it. What is the matter with you? Jeez, here, look at this picture. Come here, look. Come over here. Look at this shot. I mean, he looks like a 13-year-old. Like, he still sort of stands awkward and everything else.
Holy cow, yeah.
Right?
That's insane.
Yeah. So I was that kid, though. Like, I think 6'1" in grade 8.
Really?
Yeah. So when I was in junior high, because when I grew up, we went to 3 different schools. Did you have junior high in Toronto?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, so I went to primary school, which was, the school was kindergarten to 5.
Uh-huh.
Then you went to a different school for junior high, which was 6, 7, and 8.
Yeah.
Then you went to a third school for high school, which was 9 to 12.
because I went to Catholic school.
Oh, right.
So it was elementary up until 8, and then high school starting in 9.
In the same school, though?
No, different school.
Different school.
Yeah.
So you didn't have junior high?
I personally didn't.
Right,
but
okay.
Public school kids had junior high.
When I was in junior high, when I hit grade 8, I started the school year and I went in the class and I realized I didn't fit.
Uh-huh. Like physically?
Physically, I didn't fit. So they had to go up the street to the high school and get me 8 desks and chairs from the high school.
No,
and
they did not.
And bring them to the junior high. So when you went into all of my classrooms, I had my own desk and chair because I didn't fit in the desks and chairs for the junior high
You're
kids.
like Billy Madison.
Yes, I was like Billy Madison. Right? Because I didn't fit. Yeah, I didn't fit. I looked like...
It was like a comedy skit that you see on like SNL.
Yeah, I mean, I looked like a kid that had done some serious time in juvie and they were trying to reintegrate into society.
Oh, no.
Right? Like I looked like I was 19, but I was in grade 8.
Yeah.
So I get that. And when you're that tall, like when you grow that fast, I had my whole life between the ages of like 12 and maybe 14, I was covered in bruises all the time because I was so clumsy. Like I couldn't walk out of a room without walking into the door frame because I misjudged the corner.
Ouch.
Right? Like you misjudge your size.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes when you're driving down the highway and you see a really big dog like sitting in the front seat of a car and you're like, man, that thing should be in the back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like the dog doesn't know how big it is. That was me. I was the dog that didn't know. I was like Clifford. I didn't know how big I was, but I just kept trying to fit into things. And so I was this kid. Like when you look at Barron Trump, he's taller than his mom and dad, but he looks like a giant baby. Like he has a baby face. He's got awkward arms. He still holds his hands like a kid.
Like
he's
what do you think though? Is he done growing or you think he's going to keep going?
No, because I think those other two, the other two are
They're
tall
pretty
too.
tall, yeah.
I think that Eric guy, Slow Eric.
Yeah,
I think
that's what they all call him.
Yeah, I think Slow Eric.
That's not a term we came up with, by the way. Just
because I think he's 6'4", and I know that we've had Ivanka in here a bunch of times, and she was super tall.
Yeah,
like I think they're all just tall, but being like 6'1" and 13 is no joke, man.
Yeah.
Like your knees hurt, you're covered in bruises, and you know. Older guys want to fight you a lot. I mean, older women want to make out with you a lot, but older guys want to...
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Yo, Paige, what's up? It's Roz and Mocha.
Hi, how are you?
Great, how are you?
I'm good.
So Paige, listen to this one. So Paige, you wrote us this. Roz and Mocha Fix My Life. My roommate's boyfriend told me that he's attracted to me. And not to tell my roommate. Obviously, I told her. They broke up, but now they're already back together after 2 weeks. I'm uncomfortable in my own house, but can't afford to move somewhere else. What do I do?
So when your roommate's boyfriend said, yo, I'm attracted to you, like what did he want you to do with that information? Like jump all over and be like, I'm into you as well?
I think so. After he told me, obviously I went and told her I had to wait a couple days, and she confronted him and he was like, no, I said I was attracted to her. And I was like, no, that's not how it went. I don't know what he was expecting out of it. Obviously only one thing, but
let's play that out for a second.
Wait, I want to know what your reaction was to him saying that. Like he said that to you and then you said like the first words out of your mouth was what?
I was like, yeah, okay. Like I'm not going to tell her that's, he said, he's like, the reason I don't leave my room, because he never, like I've said maybe 3 sentences to this guy in the 4 months that they've been dating.
Right.
So I don't know where he got this attraction from. But I was just kind of taken really off guard by it because we never talk.
Are you attracted to him at all?
No, not at all.
If you were attracted to him, would your reaction have been any different?
Probably not. I think I'm a good friend, and I wouldn't want to. I live with this person. I can't afford to move out. I'm not going to make my living situation uncomfortable and be a terrible friend.
I'm always interested in these things, like, because nobody plays this out. You know, like
I kind of wish I had.
but I just mean him. I don't mean you, hon. I mean him.
Like what was his end game?
Doing the roommate switch
this?
is one of the most difficult things to try and pull off. I don't actually know anybody that's done the roommate switch. Like, did he think that he was going to say to you, "My God, I'm totally attracted to you," and then you're going to go, "Oh my God, me too," and then he's going to dump the girl that he's with, who is your roommate, and then date you and show up and just start sleeping in your room?
Yeah, just swap bedrooms. I guess
guys are idiots, man. Guys are idiots.
He's the biggest idiot. He is the biggest idiot.
So, Paige, what's the dynamic now between you and your roommate?
By the way, I've managed the roommate switch before. Just
yeah,
saying.
right.
Okay.
Whatever, dude. Okay, Stud.
Right now with her, I mean, before it was great. We were really close.
Yeah.
Since she started dating him, it's been really strained. Like, I barely see them because they're always in her room.
Right.
And now she's been out a little bit. We've been talking a bit more. It was really good, but then all of a sudden they started talking again. So it's kind of gone back to the same.
But did she accuse you of like being flirty? Like, she had no defensive.
No.
Really, huh? So your problem is what? That you can't move out because you can't afford to move out, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have to.
Yeah. I mean, maybe there's a way I can fix it and get them to.
Yeah, because I'm starting to think that this conversation is a whole lot less than I have a roommate problem. It's more about I have a money problem.
I mean, definitely both. But I mean, I liked living with her perfectly fine before he came along.
But now it's way too weird.
Now it's yeah, I don't leave my room.
What's her problem that she got back together with him after 2 weeks?
I don't know. Like, she definitely probably is lonely. Like, they spent all their time together, so
but she
maybe now she's lonely.
Wait, why doesn't he just move in and be her, like, quote unquote roommate?
Yeah, like, she wasn't bothered by the fact that he tried to pick you up.
She was totally hurt by it. That's why I was like, why are you getting back together with him if you were so hurt? That's what happened in her last relationship. Obviously not with a roommate, but with a friend.
Does she want you to move out?
No, I don't. Not that she said to me anyway.
Yeah, real talk, Paige. I think you got to save some money and find a next place to live.
Yeah.
Go find another roommate or something. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think you have a money problem. I think that, you know, if you do you have any other friends that you could move in with? Like, do you have somebody who lives alone that you could maybe then suggest that you guys get a place together? Maybe that's a little bit bigger.
I'm sure if I really thought about it and sat down and took the time, I could figure it out.
Question for you.
Yeah.
Are you better looking than your roommate? Does it make sense that he hit on you?
I would say no. But I mean, yeah, maybe he just was lying back and went to
But what do you have that she doesn't have then?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Come
on.
You got a bigger butt. Okay.
Oh, bigger butt.
Yeah,
All right.
Okay, cool.
Oh, boy. It's always the booty, huh?
Yeah.
Always.
My goal was just by the end of this conversation that she hears it and just kicks your ass out anyway and forces you to move.
Ouch.
I know. I'm worried.
Paige, I think you have your answer. You got to save some money and move out.
Yeah, I'm going to work on that for sure.
All right.
Love.
Thanks, Paige.
Thanks, guys. Love you.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life. Only on Kiss.
How many phone numbers do you know?
Like, what do you mean?
Like
967-1111.
Okay, so you know Pizza, right?
Yeah.
But like my memory.
1-800-GO FedEx.
Okay. Oh, okay, perfect. So you know 2.
Are you talking about like my friends, my family?
Yeah.
I know Catherine's.
Do you?
Yeah, because I use it all the time because I don't want people to put me on robocalls. So if I ever have to sign up for anything, of course I do.
You give your girlfriend's phone number?
I do. Of course I do.
I know my parents' house and I know Jenna's cell. Other than that, phone numbers that I used to remember a lot, I don't know. So in my life, there's 2 phone numbers that I know.
Right.
And that's it.
I still, it's interesting because I know Catherine's number off by heart, but
actually, I know Catherine's number.
I know
off by heart
more
as well.
people's numbers that I grew up with when I was like 12 than I do today. Still, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you ever tried calling to see if they like?
Well, they don't live there anymore.
No, but just like who answers, or if the phone number is still like in existence.
No. But I just lost my phone, and I asked Maury to call my phone. and Maurie picked up like a not his cell phone, but just like an actual telephone in the studio and just called it immediately. And you were blown away because Maurie knows my number off by heart.
Bro, it was like a psycho moment.
Yeah.
I was like, this man picked up the phone as if it was a nothing.
Yeah, and he didn't even look at the numbers. Like, you know in movies when an accountant is doing accountant things and they just know the calculator so well that they don't even look at the numbers?
Yeah.
That's what Maurie did when he called my number.
My dad's an accountant,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, they don't even need to look at the numbers.
My dad has that calculator, and he'll
no.
sit there, eyes on paper or on the computer looking at something, and with his right hand be smashing away at those numbers.
Without even looking.
No,
it's such a skill. How many numbers do you have know by heart, Maurie?
My dad.
Yeah.
Like the house phone.
Yeah.
Matthew.
Yeah.
You.
Right. Please start naming more people.
Yeah, because it goes.
I know.
It goes Frank, his husband,
and then me.
you.
Please start adding more people to that list, man. I can't have you.
Your list better be like 20 deep.
Yeah,
no, there's 2 more.
No.
Oh no! Roz is in top 5.
on, man.
Okay, who's number 4?
Come on.
Nana.
Oh God.
And the taxi company.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Not right.
Your top 3.
It's not right, man.
Right behind Frank and his husband.
It shouldn't go my dad, my husband, me. Like it's too close.
I mean, really, it's you, my dad, my husband.
Why though?
Because it's in order of who I call the most.
But why did you put my number into your memory? Why not just?
I didn't put it there. You did.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So that's it. Jamie Foxx is a single guy again.
Yeah, I saw that. But you don't feel for the two of them because for years we didn't even know they were together.
Jamie Foxx and Katie Holmes broke up.
Yeah.
And it was rumored that they were dating. Or I wouldn't even say as far as rumored. It was just kind of speculated.
It was confirmed. They showed up together somewhere not that long ago.
Like 3 months ago, 2 months ago.
Yeah.
It was finally confirmed. And then we just find out that they broke up.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to that life that we'll never know about. It is such a complicated world, that world of Scientology and Tom Cruise, and from everything you've heard from anybody.
She's not a Scientologist, though, right?
No, but she was in that world when they were married.
Yeah.
And now the stories are that since they've split all those years ago, that there is no communication or connection between Suri and Katie and Tom Cruise. Like, there is no relationship with the kid.
Wait, so where does the kid live?
The kid lives with Katie Holmes.
Oh, okay.
But there's zero contact to Tom Cruise. It's not like he's visiting the kid on weekends and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, that's usually how that goes in Scientology.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but in Scientology, if you split from someone, marriage, right? You break up, and you have a kid, you are no longer allowed to?
You don't. You cut anybody out of your life who's not in Scientology.
Really?
Even when you go in, they want you to do that.
Your own kid?
Yeah. Oh, especially your family. And there's so many documented cases of this and people who have just come forward to talk about they've cut everybody out of their family. But Tom Cruise has those 2 older kids that I believe are both Scientologists.
You know, I keep forgetting that he has other kids.
Yeah, they're like grown.
Yeah,
but I believe they're still with the church. But Katie Holmes was just living such a low profile for so long that it was almost like she was in hiding, and it seemed logical to sort of go down that road that she has to, stay in hiding because of the church and the whole thing. But the longer that went on, the more that whole story became believable. And then when you found out that she was possibly dating Jamie Foxx, and how could a Hollywood couple keep such a low profile? That it had to be deliberate and there had to be reasons for it.
Yeah.
One, I think, it's tough to make the transition to dating somebody you worked with, right? Especially somebody that they were married to and had a kid with.
Yeah.
Like Jamie Foxx and Tom Cruise did a movie together where it was literally just the 2 of them on screen for 2.5 hours.
And that cat, what was that movie again?
Collateral?
I think
so.
That's a great movie, by the way. I liked it.
Yeah, no, they were fantastic in that movie together. But that's tough, right? Like, that's tough. And then they broke up, which sucks because I sort of like Jamie Foxx with them because I thought that a tiny little bit of it was, an extra snub to somebody who may have, treated his family in a negative way or whatever it is. But yeah, so they broke up.
But
Didn't even know they were really together.
What you said earlier, which is, I don't know if I don't
have a lot of feelings.
I don't have that connection to their relationship to feel bad for anybody because it was only just confirmed.
Yeah.
And they weren't like the kind of couple that you would see on all the entertainment sites all the time out in public, right?
No, like they're not doing, they're not on Instagram together, making pancakes, right?
No.
Like they're super low profile, but I don't know how to feel because I don't have a lot of feelings towards Katie Holmes and Jamie Foxx.
Question.
Yeah.
Scientology.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to like pancakes?
No, they got to kick you up for that. Sorry, man.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So I guess Jamie Foxx isn't dating this 21-year-old?
No, I didn't think he was.
That was the story. The story, the story
were they
yesterday.
holding hands?
Dude, the story yesterday was that they're living together.
Yeah.
Like they're living together. That was the story yesterday. But, and I didn't know the girl was 21 because he and Katie Holmes broke up. And then the story was that he had moved on to this singer named Sela Vav or Vave or Vave. I don't know. How do you say that? V-A-V-E. How do you say that?
V-A-V-E?
Yeah.
Vave?
Vave? But it can't be simple as Vave.
Like Vave.
Vave, right?
I don't know.
Sela Vave. I'm going to feel like a fool if it's Vave.
Yeah. I'm just like, stupid idiots.
So
Vave.
apparently there's a 21-year-old singer named Sela.
Uh-huh. Wow, bounce back was quick,
Let's not even do the last name. And the story was that Jamie Foxx had hooked up with her, and that it escalated yesterday to the headline that I read, that they were living together.
Jamie Foxx, come on.
So I guess, what is this, Jamie Foxx addressing the whole deal? All the headlines?
People are saying that I'm dating a girl. Let me just say this. That's absolutely not true. And the other part of it is that girl hangs out with my kids. My young daughter loves her. My oldest daughter loves her. I talk to her mom, her parents. So, I know the nature of the business that we're in. So I don't trip on headlines. You know what I'm saying? I don't trip on that.
Can I just remind people that 3 weeks ago we were talking about how Diddy pulled the robbery on his own kid and started dating his kid's ex, or is allegedly dating his kid's ex.
Yeah.
So it's not that far-fetched that Jamie Foxx would be allegedly dating someone who is friends with one of his kids.
I know, but even still, 51 and 21 is tough. His daughter's 25, for God's sake.
Oh, yeah. Come on, Jamie.
But I like that Jamie Foxx did this. I like that he just made a call and was like, yo, hold on. Listen, I know the world we live in.
No, I know. You know what? I do like Jamie Foxx a lot.
Yeah,
I like him a lot.
Good. So I guess he's not dating Sela Vave. But I kind of was hoping that he was, because it would have given us some material for a couple months.
Come on, Jamie Foxx, date that girl.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
podcast.
It feels weird to be back in this room after 2 weeks of not being here.
You use a lot of suntan. What did you put on? You do this like SPF 60? You don't look like you got any sun at all.
I got lots of sun.
Did you?
I spent majority of my time.
Are you lathering up though?
Oh yeah. No, not lathering, but I put like a nice coat.
Yeah. Is your wife on you for that?
SPF? No, not really.
No. Catherine, if I walk out the door without putting it on my face, Catherine will throw it from across the room and hit me in the back of the head with it. Yeah.
No, if we get outside, I'm like, nah, whatever.
Yeah.
Like before, maybe. Like if she's putting sunscreen on the kid, she'll be like, hey.
Leftovers. You get the leftovers, right?
She'll be like, hey, rub this on your face.
Yeah.
Or on your neck.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's tough though. This was beautiful the last couple of weeks.
I was saying yesterday, I think that for the 2 weeks that we were off, I barely wore pants and underwear.
Yeah. I haven't wore socks since May.
Good for you.
Yeah, thank you. And I told that to my kid. I was like, I haven't worn socks since May. She's like, I haven't worn socks since March. And I was like, okay, yeah, you're better.
Amateur.
Good morning, Damnit Maurie. How was your vacation?
It's good to hear your voice.
Yes, right.
It was awesome. We got to the beach every day by 3:30.
Why 3:30?
Because Matthew didn't get out of bed till between noon and 2.
Does he have cancer?
And then we get to the beach and he'd say, we gotta
the
get
morning's
here
full
earlier.
of like chemo treatment or something.
Yeah, I'm like,
I know you got to get a seat like real early.
Like, I know. I've known people that slept till 2. They've all passed. But
No, he'd just roll out of bed around 2 and,
But
yawn and stretch.
What time was he
and
going to
have eggs.
bed if he sleeps till 2?
He was up to like 5.
What time do you get up on vacation, Mocha? I don't even know this. Because when we do the show, you get up at 3.
Yeah.
So what time do you get up when you're on vacation?
6:30.
6:30.
Why?
Yeah, me too. 6:30.
Because my kid wakes up at 6:30.
There you go.
So even on the weekends, my kid wakes up at 6:30 and
Can't
I'm
you
up.
train them to sleep longer?
Train them.
Yeah. No, you can't. There is such a thing, and it's weird. It is, and you're right, Maury, because there's a weird thing that people do with babies called sleep training, which is a weird thing, and we never bought into all that stuff. But yeah, no. Now that Roxy sleeps in late, so you get up at 6:30 because that's the time your boy gets up.
Yeah.
Roxy now will sleep until 7:15, sometimes 7:30. But I still get up at 6 because I like that time alone.
Yeah. Yeah,
right?
sure,
Like I
why
like
not?
it. I like the world at that time. And I also like getting up early in the morning and having nothing to do. Because normally when you have to wake up early, you have to come in here and do the show and the whole deal. But I like getting up that early and having nothing to do. What time are you waking up, Maury, if Matthew is waking up at 2?
I got up around 10 and I would lie on the couch.
So
a bit.
what would you do from 10 until 2?
I watched TV on mute, just reading lips, and then I'd go in and poke him.
So what time do you go to bed then?
I went to bed at around
Hold on.
midnight.
So you're laying on the couch for 4 hours.
4 hours.
In the silence?
Yeah, waking up
watching
and just
TV?
putting television on.
Yeah. I'd
Before
watch
you
The
poke
Price is
him?
Right at 11, but I'd sort of just have to figure out what the games were.
So what time were you going? So you were going to bed at what time?
Midnight.
What time does Matthew go to bed?
5.
Is that because he enjoys time in the house without you?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Wait, 5 a.m.?
Yeah.
Matthew went to bed at 5 a.m. during his vacation?
Yeah. Maury is such a pill to live with that when Maury goes to bed, in order to regain his sanity, it takes Matthew 5 hours from midnight until 5 a.m. He needs to live a life without Maury.
Welcome back, everybody.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I need your advice on something. Do I have 2 seconds here?
Yeah.
I need your advice on something.
Okay.
And you and anybody else, because I'm so out of the loop when it comes to video games and like a video game system.
Gotcha.
And Rox and I have been having preliminary discussions, because it's funny, we were just talking about screen time. We've been having preliminary discussions about some sort of system.
Oh, wow.
Okay? Like preliminary discussions about some sort of system. It doesn't need to be online. It can be retro. It can be all this stuff. Because when I grew up in the era of like playing Commodore 64 games, and then I went straight to PlayStation.
Yeah.
And so I was like PlayStation Generation 1 all through. So I've never played Nintendo before. I've never played any of those other sort of games. Catherine's generation grew up with Nintendo. She loved all the old school Mario games and everything else. Roxy doesn't know a lot about video games, but she knows she loves Mario Kart.
Oh,
so
just get a Nintendo.
No, but here's my question though. Is that what Nintendo do you get? Like what system should I get? First of all, that's a question to you and anybody else. What system should I get that has a buttload of games?
The Nintendo Classic. Remember when people were going nuts?
I know, but it has 30 games, and Mario Kart and Tetris aren't on it. My only two things that I need is I need a Mario Kart game and I need a Tetris game. So there's that old school, like it's by Nintendo, and they load it with 30 games, and you just plug it into your thing, and it's all 30 classic games right on there.
Nintendo Switch.
The Switch, but what in the hell is the Switch?
It's just another one of their gaming consoles.
But is it a console? Can I do it on television, or do I have to hold it in my hand?
No, both. You can do it on television, but then also the reason why it's called the Switch is because then it turns into like the handheld device with the screen, and you could just play on the screen, like when you guys are in the car or wherever.
But can two people play, or do I have to buy two Switches?
No, that I don't know, because I'm not.
I need the help right now.
That I don't know.
But am I going in the right direction though?
Yeah, I would say if she's into the Mario stuff. Like, I don't think you need like the PS4 right now.
But I can't get Mario on PS4.
No, exactly.
Right?
I don't think you need any of that. If she's like the Mario stuff and like some of the cartoony type games, I'd say go with Nintendo, man.
Yeah, but is it good though? Like, am I going to be? You know what I mean, right?
I love Mario Kart.
Do you?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I don't know what to do.
See,
I don't know
everyone
what to
right
do.
now.
What are they saying?
925-555. I have 3 right out of the gate that all say Nintendo Switch.
Really, huh?
Yeah. Somebody asks, is Nintendo Wii still a thing?
Well, that's my other thing. I don't know, because I went on the Nintendo website yesterday.
Yeah, no, Wii is not a thing anymore.
And I couldn't find anything other than Switch and then some other new one.
Yeah.
But is Switch, like, I want to be able to play it on the television.
Switch is the latest one. Somebody else texted 925-555, said yes, 2 people can play on the Nintendo Switch.
So I don't have to buy 2 Switches.
No.
We can play together on one Switch, correct?
Yes.
Confirm that for me, please.
There you go.
Okay, so that's it?
Yeah. Don't bother. Yeah. I don't even think you can buy the Wii anymore. I remember I tried to take my Wii to...
yeah. Do you remember the Power Glove that they had back in the day? You don't remember that?
Yo, you remember the Fred Savage movie? With
Yes.
the Power Glove?
Yes, the Wizard.
Is that what it was called?
Yes, yeah. Where his like...
I can't believe we're talking about this.
Okay, but if you have any other suggestions, or please point me in the right direction, because we're having preliminary discussion.
This is perfect. Somebody said depending on the game, up to 8 people can play with the Nintendo Switch. So there you go. All of us can play.
No, but you have to have your own controller, though, is what I'm saying. So, like, do I have to buy 2 full Nintendo Switch systems in order for me to play with her in things?
You can buy 2 more remotes for the Switch, so 4 people can play.
Oh, God. I'm going to get down that rabbit hole. Hundreds of dollars. Shut up, Maury.
You got 2 jobs, man.
No, shut up. You shut up. Don't.
That's for your family.
No, I know, but you don't work on my video game budget, okay? It's very slim. I got a lot of other things in life I got to pay for.
Just get the Nintendo Switch.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hi, it's Roz and Mocha. What's up?
Hi, good morning. I was actually calling in to talk about the Switch that you were just talking about.
Yeah.
So I actually think it'd be perfect for Roxy because it actually does exactly what you're looking for. So you are able to play off the TV and you can play portable. But when you look at the Switch, the 2 controllers on either side, those actually slide off of the screen and become tiny controllers, so 2 people can play at the same time.
Can I get regular size controllers for the Switch though?
You can, but you'd have to use it off the dock, so it plays off the TV.
That's what I want.
And those controllers,
I only want to play it off the television.
Yeah, those controllers. I have one. It was about $40.
Yeah.
I mean, it is really convenient, and I do think that the Switch games, they are geared towards a younger crowd, so it'd be perfect for Roxy.
What games are you playing?
Right now, I'm just playing Minecraft.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, see, Minecraft's not coming into my house. I'll tell you that.
No, she'll get addicted, you think?
No, I just don't. I don't need it. I don't need it.
Why?
I don't need that in my life. I don't need Minecraft in my life. I really don't.
It's popular, though.
Yeah, it is. And Fortnite's not coming into the house. Minecraft's not coming into the house.
I can understand Fortnite.
None of that stuff's coming into the house.
Wow.
No, it melts you.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mean dad over here.
Yeah, shut up.
Hey, thanks so much for calling in.
All right, have a good day, guys.
Bye.
Yeah. The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I watched, it's Matthew Perry's birthday today. He's 50.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is. And I watched 17 again last night. Remember that movie with Zac Efron?
Yeah, that was a great movie.
My favorite movies, I realized this over the vacation because I watched a ton of movies. My favorite movies are switch-in movies.
Yeah.
I love a switch-in movie.
Okay.
I really love a switch-in movie. And then makeover movies are my second favorite movie.
Ooh.
But switch-in movies are like the best. And all switch-in movies they hinge on the reaction of the person when they realize that they switched.
When was the last movie that was done like that?
Like a switch-in movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because they don't do those anymore.
Yes, they do.
No.
Maury, find out when the last time a switch-in movie happened.
If you can't name one.
No. But I don't remember because they're all sort of garbage. Like, it's not like they're nominated for Academy Awards or where we talk about them for years to come.
But something as enjoyable as...
Right. 17 again or 13 going on 30.
Right. Which, fantastic
Freaky Friday.
movie.
Both Freaky Fridays.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So Zac Efron was so good in this movie. Like, he was so good. And he's... Do you remember it? Did you ever see 17 again?
Like bits and pieces.
Okay, so Zac Efron is a high school hotshot basketball star. And his 17-year-old, he's 17, I guess, and his girlfriend gets pregnant. And so she tells him right before the big game, and then he walks off the court, and he's like, and there was a scout there for like a big university and everything else. And he walks off the court, and he's like, we're going to make this work. And then it cuts to years later, and he's grown up to be Matthew Perry and just hates his life. He's getting a divorce from his wife. He like regrets everything of like not going for the scholarship and thought that he threw it all away because of the kids and all this stuff. And then there's a rainstorm, of course, and then the next thing you know is, I don't know, he comes up out of the mud and he's Zac Efron again. But he's Zac Efron in that world, so he starts interacting with his ex-wife, who's like, you really look like my ex-husband when he was 17, but then they get kind of flirty at times.
Oh, yeah?
And there's like a dance sequence where they're like...
Maybe I haven't seen the movie.
Where like his hand's on her ass and then she takes it off her ass and puts it back on the small of her back and stuff. Yeah, it's really crazy.
Okay, the last Switch 'em Up movie I remember...
Yeah.
I don't remember the name, but didn't Jason Bateman and Ryan Reynolds do one? And they there was one night they went out for a drink and then they peed in like this magical fountain and then they woke up the next day and they switched bodies.
Yes.
It was that movie, right?
Yes.
See, that's the last one that I could remember.
Yes.
And then
The Change Up.
The Change Up, yes.
And didn't Tiffany Haddish release one recently where she becomes...
Oh, and no, there was another switch up movie.
The little girl?
Yes, no, it's big, but only it's called Little. And it's this, yeah, right? It's just like...
Real original, guys.
No, it's just like big, but it's little.
Thank you, Hollywood.
And it's a young black kid in the movie, young black actress who's amazing. Like, she's so hysterical in this movie. And it's, God, who's the big actress in Little? Maury, tell me that. But that's where, that was the last Switch movie that I watched. It was a movie called Little. And it has, I don't remember the name of the actress in it. She's
hold on a
so
second.
good, though.
So this is the one that I'm
so
thinking
good.
of. This is the one that I'm thinking of.
Which one?
With Issa Rae.
Yes.
Regina Hall.
Yes, it's called
so
Little.
It's not,
Regina Hall and Issa Rae. That's the movie. That was the last Switch movie that I watched. And it's new. That's brand new.
Yeah, that's the one that I'm thinking of.
Oh,
not
dude,
Tiffany Haddish.
that movie's so funny.
Is it really?
Oh, my God. It's ridiculous. Yeah, because the little girl is just amazing. And she has to play like this huge a-hole diva.
Yeah.
And she's so awesome. Like,
Really?
she's so awesome. Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Them switch-up movies.
Yeah,
They
switch-ups.
really,
Yeah,
they
man.
really get you.
I'm telling you.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello?
Happy birthday, Haley! It's your boyfriend's Roz and Mocha!
Oh my God. Holy crap.
What's going on, girl?
I'm actually in the bathroom doing my makeup right now.
Same.
Oh, maybe it's Maybelline. Birthday makeup. So it is August 19th, and it is your 19th birthday, a.k.a. champagne birthday.
Yes, sir, it is.
Wow.
What are you doing to celebrate your big day?
My boyfriend and I are going out for sushi tonight.
Oh, okay.
Celebrated big over the weekend, actually.
Oh, okay. You get turned up?
Yeah, well, moderately around family, I guess.
Oh, okay. What was your drink of choice?
I had some Summersby yesterday and some Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Mike's Hard?
Yes.
You know,
I know.
do you know how much? Let me tell you. Okay, I'll tell you how much of a. I don't want to say the word alcoholic, but let me tell you how much I drink. Okay.
Yeah.
Back in the day, not so much anymore, but back in the day, how much I drank. Mike's Hard for me.
Yeah.
Okay, was something you drank in movie theaters and airplanes, because anytime I flew or went to a movie, I would just load up my bag with Mike's Hard.
Really?
Like Mike's Hard was just so like a whatever. It was like when you kind of needed to get drunk in a place that was either impossible to get drunk or very expensive to get drunk in. Because before 9/11, you could bring your own alcohol onto a plane.
Could you really?
Yeah, it wasn't.
I didn't know
it
that.
wasn't encouraged to drink. Like you weren't. They didn't like it when you would drink your own alcohol. But there was no rules against that before 9/11.
Wait, are we talking about like alcohol not from duty free?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
How do I not know this?
I don't know. You could bring your own bottles on, as long as they were closed.
The things us millennials don't even know.
Yeah, or cans. You could bring cans. It was
Had no
fine.
idea.
Yeah,
Wow.
they didn't care. Before 9/11, they didn't care. It was so much easier to get drunk on an airplane before 9/11. Damn terrorists. But I will say this. So, and also movie theaters. I remember going to see Napoleon Dynamite, and I brought a 6-pack of cans of Mike's Hard, because Mike's Hard was like, you never ordered a Mike's Hard at a bar, right? You only bought bought it when you went to a movie or had to take a flight.
I never ordered my card.
No.
Or Smirnoff Ice.
Smirnoff Ice.
At the bar or at the club.
God, Smirnoff Ice used to mess you up, huh? That amount of sugar?
So acidic, too.
That amount of sugar?
Man. Your belly hurt at the end of the night.
Ugh, what were you thinking? what were we all thinking?
Do you guys remember Sourpuss?
No.
Get out. Oh, man.
Okay.
So, Haley, are you even wondering how we got your number?
I think I have a pretty good idea, but I'll let you tell me anyways.
Your friend Tori sent us a note.
I love Tori. Thank you, Tori.
And Tori said that the two of you are just like huge fans of the show, that you don't get an opportunity to see each other as much as you used to because of your post-secondary education. You guys are going to different schools and everything. But she just wanted to send her love to you and also for us to give you a call to wish you a very happy birthday.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Tori. And thank you, Roz, Mocha, and Maurie. It's just made my entire morning.
You want us to sing to you?
I would 100% love that.
Maury, get your sourpuss back in here.
All right, one time, Tori, for your champagne birthday, 19 today. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tori. No, sorry, Haley. Tori is your friend that
Who
sent
has
us
a
the note.
friend named Tori?
For Haley. Happy birthday
Haley.
to you. Oh, man, we messed that up.
Listen, Haley, okay? It's our first day back from vacation, okay?
That's okay.
All right. And much like you, we're all a little bit still drunk from Mike's Hard.
Happy birthday, Haley. We love you.
Thank you so much. I love you guys too.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So, have you read this Carson Cremeni story?
Where do I know that name from?
He's a kid that OD'd in Langley, British Columbia, out in Langley. And you have a young kid, I have a young kid, a lot of people have young kids, and you want the best for your kid, and you just want your kid to grow up and have friends and fall in love and have a laugh and just sort of that whole thing.
Be a good human being?
Yeah, but we know that kids don't. We know that kids are bullied, and we know that, you know, kids deal with a lot of stuff and ADHD and everything, and they don't fit in. And all they want to do is fit in. So this kid, Carson Cremeni, had all those things and was bullied and had no friends. And one day, I guess, this group of older kids, because he was 14, this group of older kids were like, hey, why don't you come hang out with us? And he was really stoked to go and hang out with these guys.
Oh my God, dude, this story better not break my heart.
And because nothing is real to so many people. Everything is a meme and nothing is real and there's no consequences. And the way they communicate is with jokes and through social and everything else. So they wound up giving this kid a bunch of drugs at a skate park. And then when he started to OD, they bailed on him. But they bailed on him after they Snapchatted all the videos of him.
Oh my God.
ODing and goofing on him. Like mercilessly goofing on him to the point of where they found this to be so hysterical. And then they just bailed on him. They threw his cell phone in the garbage and they turned around and walked away. And now they're looking for these people that did this. But how do you get through to people that life is real and that it's not a meme, and that likes and views and sharing through social, something like that for clout comes with just such immense consequences. Like when you watch these videos, and I didn't want to watch the video, but in order to talk about this, I had to watch the video where they're looking at something that is not real. Like they're looking through their phones at somebody who's sitting, a 14-year-old who's just like sweating and his eyes are bulging out of his head, who's sitting on a bench at a skate park, but you can tell like they're looking at it through their phones. And when you look at something on the phone, it's not real to them. So what they're shooting,
because all they're thinking about is, oh my God, I'm going to get X amount of likes, or all of my followers are going to share this with other people.
Yeah, and there's no consequences to that, right? And the thing is this, is that there's laws. You know, if you're in a situation like that where you see somebody ODing, you can call 911 and you can stay with the person. And when the cops show up, even if your pockets are full of drugs, you're good, right? You're good. If you see somebody who's ODing in that situation, you can feel free to call 911 without risk of your own person, your own self getting busted as well, right? That's the way that they've structured the laws to prevent things like this from happening. But that's not even a consideration for these people. Like when you look at this, when you watch these videos,
I don't understand,
the
though.
idea that they were going to do anything to help was nothing. Like there's no.
But even after the fact, like knowing that this story is out there, knowing that the police are looking for these individuals, like do people not have any type of self-awareness, or like how could you go on with your regular day knowing that you did this to another human being and not feel any ways about it, or try to live your life as if nothing happened to hide the fact that
I don't know.
You did this to another person.
I don't know. And I would like to think that at some point, you know, during that, maybe somebody within the group sort of managed to separate themselves from the sort of group excitement that goes on in something like that, where you get people who do really terrible things that they would never normally do on their own, but you put them in the group and they wound up doing terrible things. There's lots of examples of that. Rena Verk in Vancouver was an example of that. But you have like this notion that you just want to read the story and say at some point one of those kids called 911 when the group separated, but that didn't happen.
Like none of them
I know what you're saying. You want that to be the case.
Like you're alone, right? Like
no, it was somebody else that found him.
No, but I'm thinking like I'm one of those kids, right?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I'm at home by myself, running through all the events that took place in my day.
Right.
That situation, one of the major events that I can't get out of my mind, thinking this is wrong. I need to tell somebody about it.
So, which you would like that to be the case, but that wasn't the case. And what it's looking like is that they went home and then checked the likes and comments on the videos they posted. And it was somebody else who found Carson and called 911. It wasn't any of those kids that did this. So I don't know. I don't know how. It's the most devastating story I've read in years. And I don't know how you make this real to people. I really don't. I have no idea. It's so screwed up. Like just an entire life on social media through where nothing is real anymore to people is so screwed up. I don't
including
get
their own
it.
feelings.
Yeah, no, everything, and I don't know how to wind it back. I don't know if you can wind it back,
dude.
I really don't. I don't know what you do from this point on. I don't know how you wind that back and make it real for people, because it's certainly not going to get better. It's only going to get worse, and I don't know what to do.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, did you see these dome houses that Kanye's building?
Yeah. So is that real?
Yes.
Like he really wants to do this, or he really is doing this.
But he's building them in his, like, we all do backyard projects, right?
No, but like this is for real?
Yeah. Like I'm looking at the pictures
you know how
right now.
sometimes like, let's say so-and-so wants to do this, and then like they show you a rendering, but you think it's a real life picture, but it's really like super HD 4K CGI. But this is like real life.
So sources reported as, quote, familiar with the housing community concept, spoke with TMZ, and said that Kanye is crafting dome-like facilities in an effort to dismantle the class system inherent in the housing market. West Team has reportedly been searching every period of human housing achievements, so I guess throughout time.
Wow.
With prototypes resting on an estimated 300 acres of Kanye West land, where construction crews have been working in secret for quite some time. Some of the structures are believed to be roughly 50 feet tall. So he's building these weird, like, dome structures. And I don't know where the sort of philosophy of dismantling the inherent stigma of housing projects comes into all of this, because Kanye still lives in a giant mansion, a palace. or how this even works. Like, is this for people to live in a sort of communal kind of thing inside one of these domes? But he's building these domes like it looks like when you watch a movie and there's like colonization on another planet like Mars. Oh, so you know what it looks like? You know when you're driving through the country sometimes and you see those big sort of dome things that they fill with dirt?
Oh, the silos.
No. It's like not a silos is straight up and down. Yeah. Like the big, it looks like if you took a bra and laid a bra down with the pointy cone sticking up.
Perfect. Gotcha.
Okay, thank you. Those things, that's what they look like, and that's how big they are. They're just these giant domes that look like those big brown domes that you see in the country that they like stuff dirt in. It's wild. Yeah, it's really wild. So I don't know exactly what the purpose is of building them on his own land, because I don't think that Kanye wants to turn his backyard into a housing project.
Are these just prototypes?
I guess. But
they have to be prototypes.
But like, I understand building one prototype, but I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them.
And he's funding it himself?
I guess, yes. Because what else are you going to do with your hundreds of millions of dollars?
That's not why his Yeezys are so damn expensive?
Yeah, because he decided to colonize his own backyard.
Jeez, man.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Did you watch that movie, The Boys, over the week, or Good Boys over the weekend?
No, I want to, though.
That's the one with that kid that we like, right? Not Jaden Smith. What's that kid's name? Jacob Tremblay.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's funny in it.
Seth Rogen movie.
So they say The Good Boys won the box office this weekend with $21 million. It's the first original R-rated comedy in 3 years to be number one. That's such an incredible stat. The only other original movie to top the box office this year was Jordan Peele's Us. Did you see Us?
Yes.
Terrible.
You didn't like it?
Oh my God. Who the hell wants to watch a horror movie about income inequality?
Yeah, I guess. When you break it down like that. Yeah.
Like, who wants that? That movie was a disaster. It was an embarrassing disaster.
Follow up to Get Out?
Get Out was amazing. And then Jordan Peele did what so many directors do, which is like, they start off and they go, okay, you know what I got? I got a really great story. And then they're like, oh my God, this is a really amazing story. And then they make Get Out. And then he goes, okay, I did a really good story. Now I have something to say.
Yeah.
Right?
Like the message is the movie.
Yeah. And so they let him say it, and the movie was a disaster. And it's weird because when all the reaction from it, I was really stoked to see it. But nobody said that it was crap. Like, nobody warned me that the movie was crap. Nobody said that. It was a terrible movie.
Yeah, I watched it. When did we watch it? We watched it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it was
like
awful. It wasn't good.
It wasn't Get Out.
No. But I finished watching The Boys on Amazon.
Yeah, and?
Oh my God, that show's so fun, man.
Yeah? Okay.
It's a ton of fun.
There was like stuff that over, the past couple of weeks that we were on vacation that we hadn't seen. So we went to the movie theater the other night and watched Lion King.
How was it?
Dude?
Yeah. Incredible.
It's probably the best live action Disney remake that they've done in the series of remakes.
Really?
The absolute best.
Yeah.
I was blown away.
Yeah. I finally watched Aladdin.
And?
Loved it. And
Great.
I'd never seen Aladdin before either.
The animated one?
No,
Really?
No.
Are you serious?
No, I've never seen Lion King and I've never seen Aladdin.
Oh my God.
But I will say this, is that I watched it with Rox, and she's 9, so right in that perfect demo.
Yeah.
And Aladdin, out of all the sort of remakes of like Beauty and the Beast and everything, because Beauty and the Beast was beautiful. That was such a beautiful movie when they remade that one. Aladdin's her favorite.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. And she doesn't have that thing that everybody else did. And it's so much better to watch these movies with a kid, because a kid isn't going, oh, I don't know if Will Smith can fill Robin Williams' shoes. And it's such an iconic role. I don't know. And no, she doesn't care. Kids don't care.
She just cares about what's on the screen.
Yes, they know what they're doing, and there's 2 big changes in Aladdin. Like if you haven't seen it,
yeah,
you did see it.
I saw it.
So there's the 2 big changes apparently in Aladdin, which I much prefer to then what I've realized the original story was. Like, I like that when he wishes the Aladdin free, that he becomes human.
Oh yeah, and in the original, he's still Genie. But he's just out of the bottle forever.
Yeah, but in this, Will Smith becomes human, and then he can fall in love and have a family, and then that's how the movie starts.
Yeah.
I much prefer that. I think that's a great take.
The other one that
Aladdin.
I finally watched, I can't believe it took me like 8 months to watch this.
Yeah.
But finally, On Saturday night.
Okay.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh my God, dude. It's life-changing. That
It
movie's
is.
so beautiful.
And then I spent 30 minutes after on YouTube watching
just hot takes on
different things on the movie and like how, because I had so many questions on not the actual movie, but like the creation of the movie and the different animation that they use. And I watched like 3 or 4 videos on different things on how they put that movie together.
Spider-Verse was so good. I still to think about it, I get goosebumps because it was so good.
There's one particular scene in a video that I watched that they said, in order to perfect this scene, and it's maybe 3 seconds, right? Mm-hmm. It took them a year, 1 year to perfect a 3-second clip.
Yeah.
For Into the Spider-Verse. Damnit Maurie, good morning.
Good morning. I was going to say what movie I watched over the holidays.
Which was?
I can't believe it took me so long. Grey Gardens.
Oh, God. Nobody knows. Maury, it's going to take me 20 minutes to even explain to people what Grey Gardens is. Don't come in. If you said Hobbs and Shaw, we could have that conversation. But I can't get into bloody Grey Gardens right now.
Sounds exciting.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I went to the CNE yesterday.
How was it?
It was awesome, man. Going to the CNE like on a Tuesday at like noon, there's no lineups.
Yeah.
It's just awesome.
You basically have the entire place to yourself.
You do. And so you can burn through everything real fast.
Yeah. What'd you guys hit up?
We did all the rides that Rox likes doing.
Yeah.
You start off in the kids section. She goes through all those just as a warm-up.
Oh, of course.
Like the warm-up. And then we take the cable car. It's like, that thing that's like a ski lift? What do you call that? What do they call that? The sky zipper?
Sure.
Something?
Let's go with that.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what it's called.
So you did the sky zipper.
But you know what I mean, right?
No, I know.
The thing.
It's beautiful. And it goes right across the entire CNE from one end to the other.
Yes.
You have a beautiful view of
Thank you.
The entire park plus the skyline.
Yeah. But we're sitting there.
Skyline.
And
they call it the Sky Ride.
Thank you. So
I like Sky Zipper better.
Yeah. Okay. So we're waiting for the Sky Zipper.
Yeah.
And the recording is just going over and over and over again. This is a one-way ride. The carts don't stop. Keep your legs in. Exit quickly. This is a one-way ride. The carts don't stop. Keep your legs in. Exit quickly. So as we're standing there, this just recording is over and over and over again. The ride doesn't stop. The ride doesn't stop. But as we're there, it stopped for 10 minutes. So we're just watching people hang there. And then Catherine's like, should we maybe not go on this?
Yeah.
And me and Rox are like, hell no, we're going on it. But then I always realize that I have to ride alone. And I like riding alone.
Oh, yeah, because you're so big.
Right.
So
Thank
tall.
you. Thank you.
You could probably sit in one of those, like at the halfway point, at the highest point of the ride, and your feet still touch the ground.
Yeah, like if I got stuck, I could probably reach up and grab that wire and just like monkey crawl across, right?
You could
like
just hop off.
Yeah, like no problem. But I start doing that when I'm at the X. I start planning my exit strategy in case something goes wrong.
Okay.
Right? Like as soon as we get over top of
Wait, was that a pun?
What?
You
What do you
start
mean?
planning your exit strategy?
Oh, stop it. You think I make puns?
Oh, I don't know. Just the way you said it.
No, I start planning my exit strategy in case.
Okay.
So when I'm on that ride, I know like which games I would be able to jump onto.
So like which one?
Right?
At your position,
Yeah.
if you like ideally, which one?
Okay, so ideally, the Frogger game would be the best one to jump onto because it's the highest sort of like trailer while you're at the highest sort of point.
Okay.
Right? And then if you're really ambitious and you think you could run off that bench or probably hang yourself down by your arms and swing right beside Chicken on a Stick, there's a corn dog stand that sits about 3 feet taller than everything else down there. Right? So it's if you're stuck on the right Frogger or look for Chicken on a Stick, then directly behind Chicken on a Stick is what you want to swing to. Right?
This has been a Roz Weston TED Talk. Thank you for coming.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
How much did The Rock make last year? So every time this comes out, like the Forbes lists aren't even fun anymore because The Rock just always wins.
Dominates.
Right?
Well, first of all,
you want me to tell you how much number 2 made? So you can.
It doesn't matter what number 2 made.
Oh, well, it sort of does.
All right, fine. What did number 2 make?
So who was number 2? So The Rock's obviously number 1.
Yes.
Okay.
Number 2, is this of all celebrities, or are we talking strictly movies? Like, could I say Jay-Z?
No.
Would that make sense?
No. Actors.
Actors.
Yeah.
So if The Rock is number 1.
The Rock is number 1.
Number 2 would be Tom Cruise?
No, Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth, $76.4 million last year. Robert Downey Jr. at number 3 with $66 million last year. Then
wait. So that's got to be from Endgame, right?
Yeah.
Obviously. Okay.
Yeah. And
Sure.
Jackie Chan at number 5. Oh, there's a Bollywood actor named Akshay Kumar at number 4. And then Jackie Chan at number 5. Jackie Chan always in this top 5, man. Always in this top 5.
Okay, so then I'm going to say The Rock made like
89.4.
89.4.
Yeah. It's still a lot of money, man.
Dude, are you kidding
Have you
me?
seen the trailer for the new Jumanji?
I did.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like it.
So good.
I like it a lot.
It looks so good.
And you know what? I was kind of skeptical when they announced the second one, and I was like, maybe they should have just left the first one alone.
Yeah.
Because of the way it ended.
Man, you can do so much with that now.
I know. I was just like, they got it right. Like, they did such a great job with it, right?
They did.
Without screwing with the original Jumanji.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want them to screw up the story. I just didn't want it to jeopardize the franchise.
You just play another game,
You just
right?
play another
It's
game.
the exact same movie, just with different people as those avatars, I guess.
That's so good, though.
And the best part is that, so The Rock, because if you know the premise of the movie, they're video game characters, and whoever's playing the video game, when you get sucked into the game, you inhabit one of those characters. So it could be like a young girl who winds up in The Rock's body or whatever it is. But in this one, it's Danny DeVito winds up in The Rock's body, and and Danny Glover winds up in Chris Rock's body, or in Kevin Hart's body. Yeah, Kevin Hart's body. But they both do their voices. Like Kevin Hart does such a good Danny Glover, and The Rock does such a good Danny DeVito that when you're watching the trailers, you're like, why did they need The Rock? Because he sounds just like Danny DeVito.
Because he's the people champion.
It's awesome.
Champ, man.
It's awesome.
Oh, so good.
So I can't wait for that. And then at number 6, Adam Sandler and Bradley Cooper are tied.
What?
Yeah. Because Adam Sandler has that huge Netflix deal, right?
Oh, right. I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah. Chris Evans at number 8, Paul Rudd at number 4, and Will Smith at number 8, Chris Evans, number 9, Paul Rudd, and number 10 is Will Smith. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of the top 10 are all from the MCU.
And all from one movie.
And all from one single movie.
Man.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello.
Hi there, it's Roz and Mocha. Are we able to speak with Tay?
Yes, you are. Give me 1 second.
Wait, is Tay still sleeping?
Yeah, he is. I'm just about to wake him up.
Oh, okay. Don't tell him it's us yet.
Don't tell him.
Okay, no problem. Give me 1 second. Hey, there's someone on the phone for you. Yeah, say hello. Hello?
Yo, Tay, what's up, dude? It's Roz and Mocha.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
8 years old. It's a big age.
Yep.
What do you got planned for today?
I'm just going to go to Cameron's Wonderland, and then I'm going to go to Dave & Buster's.
What?
Oh, nice. Yeah, Dave & Buster's like right there, right by Wonderland. What's your favorite ride at Wonderland? Are you like big time into coasters? Are you into games? Do you like the water park there?
We go to the water park for a few hours, then we go to the ride.
Oh, okay. Have you been to Wonderland yet this summer already? Yeah? Okay. Did you try the Yukon Striker? I still haven't gone on it yet.
No.
Oh, okay. How about Leviathan? Do you like that roller coaster?
I haven't been on it yet either.
Oh, okay.
You sound like a good kid, and it's always so wonderful to have. I love the young listeners, man. I love the young fans. I met a bunch of young fans in the last couple of days, and you guys are just the best. Like, you're just the best. It's everything that we ever hoped would happen when we did this show, was we'd get a bunch of you guys listening to it. So happy birthday. Enjoy Wonderland. Enjoy Dave & Buster's.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
And thank you for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show.
No problem.
All right, Tay, you be good.
I will.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hi, Jason. It's Roz and Mocha. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great, man.
So, Jason, you wrote us this. Roz and Mocha, fix my life now. My fiance and I have been engaged for a year now and have a huge issue. Both our families don't like each other. My fiance's family is very small. She's half Filipino and half English-Scottish. She only has her mom, dad, and brother. The rest of her family either passed away or live in the Philippines. She's never met or talked to them. However, my family's pretty big. We're planning our wedding and don't know what to do with our families who don't get along. We just need them to coexist for one day. Why don't they get along?
So her parents are very, so they're Catholic, and my parents are not. They're very like laid back, chill. Her parents are very, they're against like tattoos and like. So I have tattoos and stuff. Mm-hmm. So her mom was like, I don't like him because he has tattoos, and also my parents smoke, right? Mm-hmm. And they're very against that and don't think that it's good for her daughter to be dating someone's family that is like, who smokes and who has tattoos and whatever. So
what do they think? That you're going to like rob a bank or something?
Yeah.
No.
It sounds to me not so much that the families don't get along, but it sounds to me like her family doesn't approve of you.
Yeah.
As a whole package.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you get along with the family?
That's a different problem.
I get along with the parents. Yeah. Like their parents are fine. But her mom is like also like fake too in a way. Like she's two-faced. So like she'll be nice to my face, and then my fiance would go back to her mom and she was like, "Oh, this and this. I don't like this about him," or blah blah blah. You know what I mean?
And how does your fiance feel about all of this? Does she sort of take their side? Does she sort of try and rationalize or understand where they're coming from, or no?
Yeah, she does. She's always telling them like, you guys like give him a chance. Like he's not like a bad guy. Like I love him so much. Like I'm marrying this guy. Like
these views that her family has that she was raised with, the Catholicism and the sort of judgy attitude towards tattoos and this kind of stuff. She doesn't have that same.
No, she does not.
Okay, so that's just a family. So she sort of broke free from that, right?
She actually has tattoos. Like she went and like she wanted
so what the hell's their problem?
Wait, do they know that she's got tattoos?
Yeah, so she went. She wanted a tattoo when she was 16, and her mom was like, "No, I'm against tattoos, absolutely not." Yeah. And then when she turned 18, she got a few, and her mom was so mad at her.
Yeah.
It was like that time when I was 13, and my dad got mad that I got my ear pierced.
Yeah,
he was like real upset.
Was he?
Yeah. He was real upset.
It's a tough thing.
He goes to me. He said, "I knew I had 2 daughters. I didn't realize I had 3.
Yeah, you should have saw my old man's face when he found out I got my nipple pierced.
We'll save that story for another day.
Yeah. Now, they say that when you marry somebody, you marry their family, and to a certain extent that, that's true. But if it's not going to be a problem, like if you're only trying to figure out how to navigate one day, and that one day is going to be the wedding, and then after that, you guys can sort of just maybe do the bare minimum with family visits and be cordial.
Yeah.
Don't try and rock the boat, but your wife can still go and see her family. You don't have to go every single time. You can sit some of them out. That's fine.
Yeah, which I do.
As long as these issues, all of these issues, right, only become a problem if they start to divide you and your wife. Okay. Where she thinks that maybe you don't like her family, or she thinks that maybe you don't respect them, or she thinks that maybe you don't want to spend time with them, or she thinks that maybe you regret marrying her because her family's crap, right? All that stuff. When it starts to divide the two of you, that's when it becomes a problem. If they're just crap and you guys are awesome, it's not going to be that big of an issue, man. It's really not.
Yeah.
It's not.
I don't think you have it as bad as you think you do, Jason.
Yeah.
Now, what do your parents have to say, or how do they feel, or how do they act around your future in-laws?
They only met once, and they were like very like standoffish. They had nothing in common. It was like a very awkward time for them.
That's
Like,
gonna
I was
happen though, man. That's gonna happen. You
Yeah.
can't expect everyone to like get along all the time.
No, they don't have. They don't have to be friends. No, I think that their problem is with you and not so much your family.
No offense.
No, and that's something that you're gonna have to just deal with.
And I think that they're going to
your
be
girl.
A-okay on your wedding day. I think they'll be able to. You said in your note to us that you just need them to coexist for one day. I think that they will because just based on the conversation we're having with you, as Ross said, the problem, no offense, is you and not either of the sides not getting along with one another.
Do they want you guys to have like a big Catholic wedding?
No, my fiance and I just want like a small wedding.
What do they want for their daughter?
They really didn't say. Like they don't talk about that stuff.
Well, behind your back they do. Trust me.
Trust me, they're talking.
Probably.
I think you're okay, Jason.
Yeah, as long as you two are good, and this is not going to be a spike in your relationship, then you guys are going to be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, but just know, have a conversation with her, and you can sit some visits out.
Okay.
Okay, bro?
Okay, thank you guys so much.
Thanks, Jason. Take care.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life. Only on Kiss.
I was thinking for the podcast, maybe I won't yell, let's do the news anymore.
Why?
I don't know, because maybe I'll just say it, but I don't know if I want to yell. It's a different thing.
No.
The energy's different.
Dude,
the
come
energy's
on.
different on this show.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's a bit different.
No, you have to yell. It's
I
not
don't
the same. Like, regardless, if you listen to our show, we're based out of Toronto, and we're on 6 to 10 a.m., Monday to Friday, Eastern. You can listen to us anytime, kiss925.com. Then, right before the news at 6:40, 7:40, and 8:40, you always yell, let's do the news.
I know.
And now, for the past 96, now 97 episodes of the podcast, it's been, let's do the news the way we do it on the radio show. So people know it. People are used to it.
Yeah, I don't know. It just feels different. You don't feel different right now?
No.
Yeah, no, like there's no difference in how you feel. Like you don't feel like
Wait, is this a trick question? Am I supposed to say yes and then you're going to yell, let's do the news?
No, I don't. Well, no. I would like you to, though. Can you do that?
What?
Hey, Mocha, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's do the news!
There we go!
A Roz and Mocha Show and Kiss 92.5 News Break.
So Robert De Niro's production company is suing an ex-employee for binge-watching Friends at work.
What?
Yeah, so Robert De Niro's production company suing former Vice President of Production and Finance, Chase Robinson, for spending, quote, astronomical amounts of time watching Friends and other hit shows on Netflix, according to the lawsuit. During a 4-day span in January, Robinson watched 55 episodes of Friends while at work.
Oh my God.
Added to that, during another 4-day period in March, she allegedly watched 20 episodes of Arrested Development and 10 episodes of Schitt's Creek.
Great show.
They say, quote, watching shows on Netflix was not in any way part of or related to the duties and responsibilities of Robinson's employment. The $6 million lawsuit states.
Wow.
Yes, $6 million is what they want. And on information and belief was done for her personal entertainment, amusement, and pleasure at times when she was being paid to work. So that's
But do
what
they
you
have
get.
like proof that she was actually watching those shows? Like, what if she had it on the computer and it was streaming and she was still working and it
What,
was
she
kind of like
just had 55 episodes of Friends on in the
kinda like-
background?
yeah, like in the background.
I wouldn't care. You're still fired.
That's a lot of bandwidth you're using too.
Right? You're still fired, depending on where they were. $6 million may not even cover the bandwidth. The world's oldest living pet, Tommy the tortoise, celebrates his what birthday, Mocha?
Oh, man.
Tommy the tortoise celebrates his what birthday?
And things live forever.
How old is the world's oldest living pet?
I don't know, 101?
121.
No!
Yeah.
121?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Tommy, who's actually a girl that this round of the family discovered was the tortoise was a girl, but they just thought it was a boy.
Yeah.
Has survived 2 world wars, 6 different monarchs, and 21 U.S. presidents. Born in 1898, Tommy has been in Sheila Flores's family since 1909, when her grandmother Margaret bought her for $1 when the tortoise was already 11 years old. Sheila claims that Tommy's longevity can be attributed to her healthy diet of garden weeds and plenty of love from her owners over the past 121 years. Now, remarkably, Tommy hibernates for 6 months out of the year, but always wakes up April 1st.
Yeah.
She says,
April Fool's not dead, you bitches.
Yeah, but how do you, when something is 121 and then goes to sleep and doesn't wake up for 6 months, at what point?
Do you not think that maybe she's gone?
Yes.
For good?
Yes. But then also, if something does sleep for 6 months, you don't want to wake it up after like a month. That's mean.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
You get that REM sleep. You start dreaming and stuff. It's like waking somebody up. That's like sleepwalking. You can't do that.
The tortoise, however, is healthy. They suspect she could live for another 50.
Wow, you go, girl.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The ridiculous Instagram privacy hoax from 2012 fooled all the major superstars again yesterday. It's so wild. So everybody was posting on Instagram this like screen grab of part of the agreement that we all sign with Instagram when we sign up. And it was, don't forget, tomorrow starts the new Instagram rule where they can use your photos. Don't forget deadline day. Basically what they were saying, okay, is that Instagram now had the ability to use your photos against you in court. Wherever that would come up. And then Instagram came out to say, no, there's no truth to this. But that was only after Rob Lowe, Pink, Ashley Graham, Zoe Saldana, Adriana Lima, Eva Longoria, and Josh Brolin all posted the hoax to their own Instagrams.
And everybody else that I follow.
And then that's
like
what happens.
Friends and stuff.
Right? That's what happens, is that it just gets way out of hand. Larry King getting divorced again.
No.
85-year-old Larry King filed paperwork in Los Angeles Superior Court yesterday to end his 22-year marriage with Sean King. That was his 7th wife. The couple tied the knot in a hospital room in 1997, just 3 days before Larry had surgery to clear a clogged blood vessel. They have 2 sons who are 20 and 19.
Come on.
King has been married 8 times to 7 women. Do the math on that.
Twitter was just like lighting up yesterday when that was announced.
How unhappy can you be at 85?
Somebody wrote, Larry King must be one optimistic MFer to file for divorce at the age of 85.
Thank you.
Somebody wrote, sees Larry King is trending. He's not dead, just getting his 7th divorce. Somebody else wrote, dog, you're 85. Maybe just ride this one out till the end.
That's what I'm saying, man.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Taylor Swift says that, yes, she will re-record her back catalog after Scooter Braun bought it.
What?
So if you remember, when Scooter Braun paid, I think it was like $300 million for Big Machine, which was the label that owns Taylor's catalog, Taylor went on Tumblr and said that this was her, quote, worst case scenario, and then accused Scooter Braun of bullying her in the past through his clients like Kanye West and Justin Bieber. And Kelly Clarkson tweeted at one point, hey, what about this idea? Why not just re-record your back catalog? And that way your fans can just buy the new recordings and you can make all the money off it.
She's going to make so much money.
And everybody was like, that's like a kind of fun, trolly sort of notion, but really not that feasible to do. But Taylor's got a big interview where I guess some of it airs this morning at 9 on CBS, where they asked her if she has a plan to create new masters of her classic songs to regain control of her music on her early albums. And Taylor's answer was, yeah, absolutely. Sean Spicer has responded after Dancing with the Stars host Tom Bergeron slammed him for being selected as one of the contestants on Dancing with the Stars. So Bergeron wrote this on Instagram. A few months ago, during a lunch with Dancing with the Stars' new executive producer, I offered suggestions for season 28. Chief among them was my hope that Dancing with the Stars, in its return following an unprecedented year-long hiatus, would be a joyful respite from our exhausting political climate and free of inevitably divisive bookings from any party affiliations. I left that lunch convinced that we were in agreement. Subsequently, a decision was made to, as we say in Hollywood, go in a different direction. So Sean Spicer announced as one of the people on Dancing with the Stars. This is how Bergeron sort of low-key shaded him yesterday during the announcement. Oh, do you have the clip there? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Also on Dancing with the Stars, Christy Brinkley, James Vanderbeek, Lamar Odom, Ray Lewis, Kel Mitchell, Hannah Brown, Lauren Aliana, Mary Wilson, Allie Brooke, Karamo Brown from Queer Eye, and of course, Sean Spicer.
The nice thing is Sean will be in charge of assessing audience size throughout the
So they asked Sean Spicer on the blast how he felt about Tom's comments. And he said, Tom's been a great host to this show for 28 seasons. This show is a great opportunity to be an example how we can have better dialogue and respectfully learn from each other. I would hope by the end of the show, Tom looks at this as more of an opportunity to help reach the divide that exists right now. So there you go on that. Blah, 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 blah.
Roz and Mocha Q&A.
It's now time for Ask Roz and Mocha. I have 3 Apple Podcast reviews I'd like to read to you guys before we get to the questions that were asked on Instagram, okay?
Yeah.
So, of course, these are the reviews that you've written and posted in the past couple of days on Apple Podcasts and have given your 5-star ratings as well. So shout out to you and thank you for that. The more of these that we get, the more we'll read on every episode of the podcast. So Terrence Pendon writes, best podcast. This has to be the best podcast out there. It has everything you've ever wanted. Comedy, suspense, emotion, etc. Love what you guys do, and I hope they keep doing it for 10 more years plus. You know what, Terrence? So do I.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Dude, check out this name somebody left.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Here we go. Hit me.
Mrs. Weston.
Oh, here we go. My
For anybody
mom.
who doesn't
I'm
know
just kidding.
Ross's last name, Weston.
Yeah.
I was going to say it's probably your mom's.
Yeah.
You guys truly bring me joy every day. I started listening to you guys when I was going through a tough time in my life, but you've brought a smile to my face every day. I have listened to each podcast at least 2 times, and I am so excited to start at number 1 again.
Wow.
Thank you for all that you do, XOXO. So, Mrs. Weston, thank you for your review and for your 5-star rating.
That's such a long time, though. Like, how long are the podcasts sometimes? Like 2 hours?
Some of them, like, go
Some
over
of them
4.
Geez, that's
like,
a lot
especially
of
like some of the
hours.
early ones, right?
It's a lot of hours. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Frenchie 77550 wrote this. I'm a fan of the Roz and Mocha show, and I love to listen to their podcast. It makes my day. I've been listening to Kiss 92.5 from the time I moved to Canada. This is the only radio I listen to. My husband introduced me to the podcast, and since then, it's the only radio station I listen to, as it makes my day go a lot smoother having 3 kids, ages 5 and under.
Wow.
Love you. So Frenchie 77550, thank you very much for your rating, your 5-star rating, and your review. Again, Apple Podcasts is where we get all these reviews from. Hello, Kelsey.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing great. How are you today?
Doing pretty good.
All right. Friendly reminder to everybody listening. These are the questions, Ask Roz and Mocha, that we get from Instagram. At Kiss925 is where we find them. And we're going to try to get through as many as we can right now, including yours, Kelsey. What is it?
Yeah, mine was, do either of your kids have a special way to manipulate you so they don't get into trouble?
Wow. So, Roz, your daughter is
9.5.
9.5. My son is 2.
Yeah.
Does Roxy have any way that she would like look at you or say something and it just like melts your heart?
Well, I'll tell you this, though. In order for you to recognize that they have a way to manipulate you so they don't get in trouble, they would first have to be doing something that they would get in trouble for.
Right.
And I will say this, that Rox doesn't do things that she gets in trouble for. Right?
Oh, wow, okay.
Like she just doesn't. Like I don't know when I've like, I mean, a couple of times in the last year or so, she tested out the idea of like lying,
Yeah.
right? or embellishing or something. And when that happens, she feels incredibly terrible. Like she feels so bad when she gets caught. And then I sit down and I explain to her, I'm like, listen, I asked you, and it's something as simple as she didn't eat her lunch one day or whatever it was. And Catherine was like, why didn't you eat your lunch? And she said, well, because I had to go and do this class and we had to stay longer. She just didn't want to eat her lunch, but she didn't want to get in trouble for not eating her lunch, so she made up something. And then Catherine goes, but you didn't do that today because I talked to your teacher and you didn't have that class, or that part of that class today.
Caught.
And then Roxy, she got busted. And I go, listen, here's the thing, Rox. You could have said, I didn't want my lunch today. Okay?
Yeah.
And then we would have dealt with that. But you told a lie. And if I asked you 4 follow-up questions, which is then, why didn't you eat your lunch? Which was, how was that class? Why did the teacher keep you longer? And why didn't they give you time to eat your lunch afterwards? So off of that one lie, if I simply asked you 4 questions because I'm curious as your dad, why you didn't get a chance to eat your lunch, you would have given me 4 new lies.
Yeah.
So because you didn't want to say that you didn't want to eat your lunch, you have now lied to me potentially 5 times. It's not one lie. It's 5. And so she got it from there. But I will say this, that her sort of way to manipulate me is she knows what sets me off. And certain things will set me off, which is not paying attention to the sort of world around her or how fortunate she is with certain things.
Sure.
She has never once, like my kid has so much stuff, right? But there's also stuff that she doesn't have.
Mm-hmm.
And she has never once come at me with, but so-and-so has that.
Gotcha.
Or can we do this? No. Well, so-and-so does that. Never. That has never even come up because she knows as soon as she says that, it's game over, right? So she knows how to manipulate me in the sense that she's just a good kid. Like she knows that she will get everything that I have to give her if she just shuts up and is just a really, really great kid, right? But if she tries to sort of play a game, she gets nothing. And so I think that she knows that.
Do you give her like a certain look? Like, is there a Roz look?
No, because she doesn't do anything to get in trouble. I just want to hang out with her.
Yeah.
That's why I just bought a Nintendo Switch so we can just sit on the couch together and play Mario Kart,
yeah,
right? Like
boy.
that's it. Like I just want to hang out with her, you know. And she knows that she got the Switch because she's just a good kid and she never asked for it, right? Like she never asked for it.
I would say because Cruz is only 2 years old, he still has, a long way to go before the full manipulation.
Yes.
But it is starting.
Yeah.
And because I love being his dad so much, I give in every single
You
time.
do, huh?
So the 2 moves that he pulls is like, let's say it's something like he wants a specific, like a cookie, right?
Yeah.
He'll take my hand and walk me into the kitchen and he'll point and he'll ask for the cookie.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, no. And then he'll like kind of like look at me with these cute little eyes that he has and he's like, please daddy. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, come on, man. Or like if I'm holding him and he'll like wrap his arms around me and like put his head on my shoulder and I'm like, little man, you can have anything that you want.
I know. We become such sucks. The one thing that she is able to sort of, puppy dog eye her way into is she still likes to sleep with us.
Yeah.
Right? And so she'll negotiate. She starts a negotiation of like, okay, what if it's tonight and then I'll like not for 5 nights and even on like the 6th day I'll ask, but then you don't have to give me a guarantee.
Aww.
She's like, we can negotiate that. And then it's always, she'll just look at me and go, Dad, chopsticks? And I'm like, oh God, okay, chopsticks.
Remind me, what are chopsticks again?
Okay, so I always say this, if you're gonna sleep with us, I always say you have to be chopsticks, not starfish.
Okay.
Right? So chopsticks mean you lie like you're a chopstick. Like you put your hands by your side straight. You fall asleep like straight like an arrow.
Yeah.
Like I just put a pencil in the bed, not starfish, where I then get hit with your knees and your feet and your hands and everything else all night. As soon as you start starfishing, I'm throwing you in your bed.
Yeah.
So it's a choice you have to make, starfish or chopsticks. And so she always just looks at me and goes, Dad? And I go, what, Rox? She goes, chopsticks. And I'm like, oh, yes, go. And then I go and tuck her in our bed.
What about you, Kelsey? You have kids?
I do. I have 3 under 6.
Oh, okay.
Oof.
So what are their kind of techniques or tactics to manipulate you?
So very much like my oldest, she's like Roxy in the sense that she doesn't really get into trouble very often. She's a really good kid, does what she's supposed to. But once in a while when she does something, usually it's because I have to ask her to do something 1,000 times.
Yeah.
And I spend a lot of time by myself without my husband. So because it's like kind of expected to be done on the first try, if it's not done on the first try, then I have to ask her again and again, and I get a little bit upset. So she still has like this big blanket that she keeps on her bed that she puts into a big ball and uses as a pillow every night. So if she's not listening to me, I will take her blanket, put it in the closet, and she'll sit outside of the closet and talk to her blanket.
Oh, wow.
It's like, I can't handle that. That's
wow.
So usually the blanket will come back.
I miss you so much. And
Yeah,
I
it's
wish I was
okay.
holding you
I'll
right
see you
now.
tomorrow.
Oh,
Tomorrow, no problem.
What a heartless
Yeah.
monster you are.
I know. And then, I have a 2.5-year-old too. She's my middle child and she acts like it. So she started doing this thing where she'll pucker up her lips and dance when she knows she's in trouble, because then I start laughing.
Right. Yes.
So
and then
that's
the punishment
a
is
little
less
manipulation.
harsh at that point.
Right. She could have just whacked her brother over the head with a toy, and then she just starts dancing, and I'm just in the corner cowering by myself laughing. So, and then my other guy, he's only one. So, I mean, he just manipulates me by
He's got a
crying
long
and
way to
staring
go,
at me with
yeah.
his big eyes.
No, for sure.
Hey, Kelsey, love you lots. Thanks very much for listening to the
Yes, thank
Roz
you.
and Mocha show and to our podcast.
Excellent. Happy anniversary to you guys.
Thank you.
All right. We'll talk to you later. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Roz.
Yes.
Chopsticks.
Shut up, Maury. You're so weird.
Brandon asks, can Mocha and Maury do a challenge on who does the best impressions of famous characters, i.e. Kermit the Frog, Morgan Freeman, Forrest Gump?
Jeez.
Well, it just so happens that Morgan Freeman's in the room, so what a great question.
I don't know who that is, but this is the real Morgan Freeman.
Ring, ring. There's an imposter in the room. Morgan Freeman's over here.
I'm going to tell you something. The way, you know what sells mochas more than yours, Maury, is the way Mocha says Morgan.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do Morgan. Morgan was right here.
Just pause. Okay, Jesus Christ, don't make me jump through these hoops. I'm trying to explain to you.
Say Morgan Freeman. Say, hello, this is Morgan Freeman.
Hello, this is Morgan Freeman.
Now you go.
This is Morgan Freeman.
Hear that?
No,
Hear
it's
how he
just a
says
different
Morgan?
voice.
No. Morgan.
Yeah, that's how he says his
yes.
name. Morgan Freeman.
Yes. Okay, do you guys have lines there? Can we actually do some lines? I think I gave you a script from Shawshank.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, so Maury, you go first.
I have to remind myself that some birds aren't meant to be caged. Their feathers are just too bright.
Oh, okay. Now, Mocha?
I have to remind myself that some birds aren't meant to be caged. Their feathers are just too bright.
Okay.
Oh, but the real Morgan Freeman wouldn't stumbled on a word.
Wouldn't stumbled on a word?
Okay.
So here's the problem, though. Here's what I've noticed. What I noticed. You almost need to cleanse your palate, because Mocha, sometimes when you do Morgan Freeman, you morph into Forrest Gump.
Do I?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do Forrest Gump now.
Okay, so
we can do the comparison.
Do we have a Forrest Gump script, or do you guys just want to freestyle?
Forrest Gump, this is the scene when he's talking to Jenny when they're at Jenny's house, and Forrest asks Jenny to marry him.
Oh my God. Okay, so do you want me to be? You want me to be Jenny?
Sure.
Okay, I'll be Jenny. Okay,
you want to go first, Maury?
Maury, you go first.
Will you marry me? I'd make a good husband, Jenny.
You would, Forrest?
But you won't marry me.
You don't want to marry me.
Why don't you love me, Jenny? I'm not the smart man, but I know what love is.
That may be. Is that not that's the worst Forrest Gump that anybody's ever done,
That is the
right?
most inaccurate Forrest Gump I'd ever heard in my entire life.
Right. And does he say, I'm not a smart man, or I'm not the smart man?
I believe the line is, I may not be a smart man.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Paraphrasing Forrest Gump. Okay, Mocha, you go now with Forrest Gump. I will be happy to be your Jenny, Forrest.
Aw.
Okay.
All right. Will you marry me? I'd make a good husband, Jenny.
You would, Forrest.
But you won't marry me?
You don't want to marry me.
Why don't you love me, Jenny? I may not be a smart man, but I do know what love is.
Oh, see, I got goosebumps.
I'll give you goosebumps. Will you marry me?
What else do you guys do?
Kermit the Frog.
Kermit the Frog.
Okay.
Kermit the Frog here.
Oh, see, that's so you Mocha's.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Kermit the Frog here.
No.
No. Okay, so let's do an actual Kermit line because it's very easy to just sort of fall back on the crutch of Kermit the Frog here.
Frog here.
Okay, so Maury, you go first here with line number 1.
Just because you haven't found your talent doesn't mean you don't have one.
You almost sound more like Forrest Gump there.
That's like that's better for that's a better forest than your forest.
Kermit, just because you haven't found your talent yet doesn't mean you don't have one.
Wow. Okay, next line.
Changes happen as time passes by. Soon enough, you'll be grown.
You sound like you got a fat ass tongue. Changes. All right, ready?
Yeah, go.
Changes happen as time passes by. Soon enough, you'll be grown.
Wow, that was actually not bad. Shem's in here. You're shaking your head. Why are you shaking your head?
Shem, who works here on the Roz and Mocha Show.
Forrest and Kermit.
Shut up. Okay. Okay, hold on now. Okay, so Shem works on the Roz and Mocha Show. Hold on here. Wait. Maury, can you give him, because we're going to do this, we're going to do it right. So here, Maury, all right, which one are you doing?
Kermit and Forrest.
Okay, so hold on here. Okay, so we're going to go around we'll go around the room one more time. Right. So Maury, grab your script. Maury, we're going to do Forrest again. I will be your Jenny. Then we'll do Mocha. Then we'll do you, Shem. Just to remind everybody.
Okay.
Maury, please.
Forrest Gump. Okay. No, it's getting into character because we're switching palettes.
I know you just did a lot of Kermit. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, go. Okay, go.
Will you marry me? I'd make a good husband, Jenny.
You would, Forrest.
But you won't marry me.
You don't want to marry me.
Why don't you love me, Jenny? I'm not the smart man, but I know what love is.
Okay. Okay, Mocha, now you go.
All right.
Okay, I will be your Jenny.
Will you marry me? I'd make a good husband, Jenny.
You would, Forrest.
But you won't marry me.
You don't want to marry me.
Why don't you love me, Jenny? I may not be a smart man, but I do know what love is.
Oh, I don't know what that was.
All right, here we go. Shem.
Okay, so Shem, you give me your Forrest now.
Will you marry me? I'd make a good husband, Jenny.
Oh, wow.
You would, Forrest.
But you won't marry me.
You don't want to marry me.
Why don't you love me, Jenny? I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is.
Okay,
that
hold on.
Forrest after a stroke.
I'm gonna say, it was a little strokey.
All right.
It was a little strokey.
I can say, Chef, your Forrest Gump, I think, is a little bit better than mine.
No,
I
say your Forrest to me, Mocha. You are my number one. Maury, I apologize.
But I'm your number 3.
You're my number 3.
Chopsticks.
Oh, that's awesome.
Sorry, did you call for Morgan Freeman?
Oh, can you do Morgan, Shem?
No, I can do Kermit though.
Okay, so here, Maury again. You go first, then Mocha, and then we'll hit you up, Shem.
Just because you haven't found your talent doesn't mean you don't have one. Dippity-doo. What did it say at the end? Dippity-doo.
Kermit the Frog has never once in his entire life said dippity-doo.
Okay, so Mocha, you give us Kermit now, please.
Frog, just because you haven't found your talent yet doesn't mean you don't have one.
Oh, see, that's a good one. Shem?
The winner. Ready?
Yeah.
Just because you haven't found your talent yet doesn't mean you don't have one.
Chill out, Urkel. Okay, hold on now. Okay. You're doing Strokey Gump and you're doing Green Urkel.
I have to do Morgan Freeman?
Yeah, try Morgan Freeman.
Do that.
Maury, give me a taste of Morgan Freeman, please.
Okay, this is Morgan Freeman. I have to remind myself that some birds aren't meant to be caged. Their feathers are just too bright.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he said, oh, wow.
I know, I heard that.
It's not bad. It's kind of intimidating.
Okay, go for it.
I have to remind myself that some birds aren't meant to be caged. Their feathers are just too bright. I sound like Matthew McConaughey.
I was gonna say, it almost sounds like you're trying to do like sexy Morgan Freeman.
Oh, God. Thank you so much, Shem. That was awesome.
Oh my God, that was so funny.
Okay, next question here.
M. Piazza 80.
Are you done with Morgan?
Yes,
Morgan. Yeah, we're done with Morgan.
Thank you,
I'll
Morgan.
send you my bill.
Thank you.
M. Piazza 80 said, name one expensive purchase you regretted after buying it.
Jeez. I don't really. Okay, I will say this. Like I have my life when it comes to finances. I have like part 1, part 2, and part 3. Part 1 was I had no money when I was living on my own, and I used to buy ridiculous things. Like my financial goal when I first moved to Toronto was to be able to pay my rent, which was $333 a month.
Wow.
Okay, because I live with 2 other people, so that was what we each paid.
Yeah.
So my rent was $333 a month, and then my goal, in order to what I thought was living a good life, was to be able to afford a coffee in a restaurant once a day and a CD once a week.
Ooh.
So that was my financial sort of goal, right?
Yeah.
Then when I got a credit card, when I started making a little bit more money, I got a credit card and I racked up $16,000 worth of musical equipment.
Oh, wow.
On the credit card.
Yeah.
And it was at like a ridiculous like 18% interest rate. And I remember that took me, I got that when I was about 23, and I paid it off when I was 40 officially.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It took me that
So
long.
all those years, you were just basically paying interest.
Yeah.
So you finished paying it off 4 years ago.
Yeah, no, about 5 years ago. I was in my 30s, definitely in my 30s when I finally got rid of it. Yeah, when I finally got rid of it. So I don't have a lot. And now I'm just like
You're so rich, it doesn't matter.
Well, no, but I don't buy things that I can't afford.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no such thing.
Well, no, true. But I don't buy things that I can't afford. Like I don't know when the last time I looked at something and then the price of it, where then I went and I was just like, okay, so if I do this and I do this, I could be able to. Like I just don't have that, right?
Yeah.
Like, because I don't have big expensive interests. Like I'm not into art and I'm not into cars.
Sure.
And I'm not into sort of all those things where I may regret a purchase. I don't own a boat. I don't have any of those things. I think the most expensive thing that I bought in like the last couple of years was the pool at the cottage.
yeah, sure.
And do I regret that? Hell no.
Yeah.
I look good in a bathing suit.
You do.
Mocha, do you have anything that you regret buying?
You know what? I believe we talked about this maybe 2 or 3 podcasts ago.
Yeah.
But I have an addiction to buying sneakers.
Oh, that's right. You do.
Right?
Yes.
So I would say buying sneakers that I know I don't need, but also buying sneakers that I know that I don't need, that I also don't wear.
Oh, right. Yes.
What, just collectible sneakers?
Not even. Like I see them and I'm like, yeah, they look good and I'll buy them. Like in my closet right now, I have maybe 5 or 6 pair that are ready to go, but I just haven't worn them
I
yet.
did that once with Converse, an Andy Warhol pair of Converse I'll never wear.
Right. But you would like Andy Warhol, though. These are just straight up
These
shoes.
are just like
How many
straight up
pairs of
sneakers.
runners do you have at home, do you think, Mocha?
30-something maybe?
What the hell?
Yeah.
And these
Probably
are, and how
30.
much do they cost? I don't even know what a pair
You're
like
counting
Jordans.
pairs, right? Not individual shoes.
Yeah. What does a pair of Jordans cost these days? I don't
It
even
depends.
know.
Anywhere
I don't even
from like like on the low end, like 120.
Yeah.
On the high end, like 3-something.
Really?
Yeah. I think the most expensive pair of Jordans I bought were probably like $375 maybe.
That's like a pair of Christian Louboutin.
Yeah, but
Yes,
only
Mark.
Jordans.
How about you, Maury? What was the last?
Okay, so like I have material things that are expensive that I've bought, like spray paint cans and stuff. I don't regret that. I do regret spending almost $5,000 on a trip to meet Mariah Carey in Vegas. So I spent $5,000 to shake her hand.
Right. And you had already met her before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was just a trip to go to Vegas, see the show, and meet her.
Right.
And it's like we're still paying that off.
Did you get pressured into that from Matthew?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think I would have done that on my own?
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, you guys don't regret the $2,000 curtain rod that you bought from Restoration Hardware?
It's still in a box?
Still in a box like 3 or 4 years later that's like behind the bedroom door and you don't have curtains for them yet?
I'm not allowed to regret that purchase.
Why?
Because Matthew absolutely can't wait to put them up when we eventually pay for the panels.
How much are the panels?
They're $1,000 each.
Where are they from?
Restoration Hardware.
But why not just go find material that is very much like it and have them made?
because Matthew wants the ones from Restoration Hardware. He's obsessed with that place.
They're not for drapes. They're for like panels.
They're like crushed velvet drapes that'll go on this bar once it's put up.
Dude, you know that you could just go to a fabric store and buy that, like even really, really super high-end material, and the store will make them for you.
Then can we still at least say they're from Restoration
You can
Hardware?
say whatever you want, but who do you need to say that to? Like, that's part of the
one
problem.
person that comes visit us every year.
Yeah, but why not just go have them made? I had drapes made. I've had all my drapes made. I haven't bought drapes for a place in forever. It is so much cheaper to go and have them made. So much cheaper.
Oh, I completely agree with you, and we would finally have window coverings.
Yeah. Do you need window coverings?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
For all the debauchery?
I don't want to know why. That's why I didn't ask why.
Okay, here's a question from probably Christian Maglalang.
Yeah.
Maglalang.
Yeah.
What's your favorite sandwich? Straight up. What is your favorite sandwich?
Now, pause for 1 second. We are not going to have the discussion, Maury, of what constitutes a sandwich. We all know what a sandwich is.
Yes.
Let's just talk about our favorite sandwich.
Tuna fish.
Okay.
Really? How about
Absolutely
you?
love tuna fish sandwich.
Yeah, I like tuna a lot too. But I would say, like, overall, what sandwich do I enjoy the most? Like, tuna's real good, but there's something about a club sandwich with fresh tomatoes and amazing roast chicken and bacon cooked like the perfect way on the perfect bread with double mayo on top and on bottom. And like, to me, there's just something about a club sandwich that just does it for me. When it's done right, I don't know if I enjoy a sandwich more than that.
Why did you say all those ingredients with your eyes closed?
Because I'm stacking it in my head, man.
Picturing it, yeah, of course.
Yeah. But I do like tuna as well.
I got in
tuna-
trouble for eating that in a movie theater.
A club sandwich?
No, tuna fish.
Oh, yeah, no, don't do that. It's rude. You got a favorite sandwich, Mocha? Out of
veal
all the
parm.
sandwiches?
Yeah, dude.
Veal parm.
A veal sandwich.
Oh, and that's in a
Heck
bun,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. Oh, so good. With the sauce, you got to have the cheese, you got to have the sauteed onions, and you got to have the mushrooms and some of the hot peppers. Oh, that's my favorite.
I'm going to add in Montreal smoked meat sandwich.
Yeah, you can add that in too.
Ooh, that's good. That's
sometimes
good.
when you
Reuben,
get those
they call it a Reuben.
Sometimes when you get those Montreal smoked meat sandwiches, though, they're just too large.
Yeah,
they're too
always
large.
too large. You have to take some of the meat out.
Yeah, it's too much meat.
You just need a fork at that point.
Yeah.
At that point, it's not even a sandwich.
And
It's just like a
because
straight up meal.
Yeah, because it's smoked, it comes wet, and so when you put the wet on the bread, it just soaks right through the bread, and then you don't even have a bottom piece of bread anymore at that point, and then you're just going at a giant plate of meat with a fork. Yeah. They're
smother
delicious.
it in
though.
mustard.
Yeah, they are delicious though. Yeah, but I would say club sandwich is my number one sandwich.
Okay, Celine has this question for us. If you guys are in a music band, what would your band name be?
We did this years ago, and I repeat it. No, I repeat it in my head all the time.
It was for when we were the barbershop quartet.
Yeah, no,
there's three of us.
No,
we can't be a
I think
quartet.
what we decided on.
You want to say it on the count of three? Because I'm pretty sure it's
was Man Jam and the Whistle Wetters.
Whistle Wetters. That's what it was.
Yeah, I was going to say the Whistle Wetters.
Yeah, the Whistle Wetters.
There you go.
Yeah.
Rebecca has this question. I find myself in this dilemma a few times now and wondering, when you finish paying for gas and about to push the door open to leave and you see someone about to come inside, do you let them pull the door open and come inside while you stand watching them do so, or open the door for them to come in before you step outside?
Okay.
I found myself trying to open the door for people but bump into them as I'm about to do this.
Okay, yeah, so the whole paying for gas thing has nothing to do with this question.
It's because the door opens outward while they're inside.
But it doesn't matter. It could be any door, depending on what side you're on. Okay, so if you're at
Anywhere.
a door anywhere, and so the question is what?
If you're leaving and the door opens outward and the person's coming in,
Yes.
they're opening the door by pulling it outward.
Yes.
Do they hold the door as you exit because or do you let them walk in while you wait? I'm going to say you let the person exit because otherwise they're just standing there.
If I'm standing at a door and you're on the opposite end, it doesn't matter actually, anybody. I don't know why, but it's just habit. I always let the other person through the door before I go.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that you pissed me off the other day.
Why?
Because you made me look like a chump.
What are you talking about?
So we were leaving, Mocha and I were leaving, and we have a door downstairs in this building. And it's a giant glass wall with a giant glass door in the middle of it. And I was with Mocha on one side of it, and there was like 4 people on the other side of it. And we all kind of got there at the same time. And Mocha walked up to the door and hit the button for the automatic door to open. And
no,
so,
that's how you open the door.
No,
it's
it's
locked.
not. It's
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. No,
You
it's
just
not.
push the door.
The one down here?
Yeah, you just
Yeah,
push the door. Every day I just push that door.
No, you.
Yeah, it's always unlocked, dude.
It's always
but it
unlocked.
has the thing where you wave your hand.
That's
for
an order. That's
security
that's
for
how
adult-
you do the automatic door. That's an option, but the door's not locked. You can
pull
just
the door.
open it.
Yeah.
I've only ever since they installed that.
You've only swiped your hand
because I thought that's how you get out.
That's because in case you're carrying boxes.
Yeah. No.
Oh, I didn't know the door opened.
Yes.
I didn't know that. I thought it was like because they have this fancy panel. You swipe your hand across.
No.
Listen, we're living in 3019 right
Yes,
now.
I
thought.
know. Yes.
I thought you swipe your hand and then the
bro.
door
No,
opens. I
no.
thought it was like a security
That's in case
thing.
you're holding boxes. You don't have a free hand.
No. So what happened was, okay, maybe I'm not mad at you anywhere because you just didn't know.
I didn't know.
So what happened was there's Mocha and I standing on one side of this door.
Yeah.
And 4 people on the other side. And Mocha hits the thing and this door just slowly starts to open.
Which pisses Roz off.
And it gets about a foot open and I put my hand on it and I push it the rest of the way and I walk through. Right? Because I'm like, I'm not standing there waiting for this door to open with 9 people who all have no lives and nothing to do right now. And so I push it open and I walk through. Yeah. And I'm marching down the hallway and I look back and Mocha waited for all those other people to go through.
Oh, so it made you look bad because you didn't let them through.
I look like the super who just barged through everybody.
Okay, but let's say if I didn't wave my hand for that door to open, right?
Yeah.
And you were the first person to touch that door handle
Yeah.
and push the door open.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have changed your action whatsoever. You still would have barged past all those people.
Of course I would have. I have important things to do, man. Jeez. You have to understand that. Listen, most people in this building know that if they see me, right, and I'm going somewhere and they're coming somewhere else, most people know that what I'm about to do is more important than what they're about to do, okay? So just step aside.
I can't believe you just said that. Damnit Maurie?
In the gas station situation, I would, if I am
Just
the one,
any situation, a door
any
situation.
I would allow the person to exit first.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I think that's
the
not true.
right.
I just felt it was the right answer to say.
No, I think it's the right thing to do though, but I think that you have to do some sort of physical cue. Like I think that if you're in that situation where you are both at the door at the same time and you want to let them come through, I think you have to give them a physical cue, which to me would be like a half step to the side.
Sure,
right? You know, they open the door, you half step to the side, they walk through.
Because,
so it's whoever gives the physical cue.
But we've always had the rule in life: let people exit first, like even the subway, right? So whether it's a door or anything, it's always let people leave first.
Yeah, true.
Steven asks, what's scarier at night for a kid, the basement or the attic?
Do you have an attic?
Huh?
Do you have an attic?
I don't.
You don't.
And I never had an attic at all. So my answer is always going to be the basement.
When I went to Portugal once, the house had a bedroom in the basement, and I refused to sleep up there because it looked so scary.
Okay, so hold on here.
Like it was a winding staircase.
You just said it had a bedroom in the basement and you refused to sleep up there.
Oh, I meant in the attic. So
what does the basement have to do with it?
Nothing. There was no basement.
Okay.
So there was a winding staircase.
Hold on. You mean that there was a bedroom in the attic?
In the attic.
Oh, okay.
So winding, like one of those winding metal
Are you sure it wasn't a
staircases.
basement in the attic?
No, it was so it had a winding staircase up to this attic where it had just rows of like children's beds and little rocking horses and like dolls and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not
Where
sleeping
were you
up
staying?
there.
At an orphanage?
It was Matthew's family's house in Portugal, and I guess that's where the kids used to sleep. And it just looked
How many kids
so
did they have?
creepy.
15?
That's weird, man.
Right?
So what, they wanted you to sleep in that
They're
room?
like, do you and Matthew want to
in
sleep
the attic?
upstairs in the attic? And I looked upstairs. I'm like, I am not sleeping up there. There's no way.
But like, what did the rest of it look like? Like, did it look like it was done, or are we talking like you can see the beams and like the roof trusses with a wooden floor, and there's like dust coming down,
Like
and
in a scary
boxes,
movie.
like the Christmas decorations are all in a box and
yeah,
stuff
it had like
that.
the beams, the panels, the wood panels, hardwood floor, windows with like old drapes on them, wallpaper, like, you know, peeling wallpaper on the walls,
Yeah.
a tiny wooden rocking horse thing,
Right.
and like dolls and stuff all around on the walls on shelves and stuff, and it was freaky.
See, for me growing up, it was always the basement, and I remember like. I have memories of my mother sending me down to the basement to go and bring up the laundry. And if it was at night or the light at the bottom of the stairs was burned out or whatever it was, I remember having to go downstairs and pulling out all the clothes out of the dryer. And I never wanted to do it in 2 trips. So I always wanted to do it in 1 trip. And I have like these visions, like these memories of like with my arms, like I would just reach into the dryer. And you know when you start using the tips of your fingers to grab the things that are left, right?
Yeah.
Where I would have like my mother's underpants, like at my cheek. You know what I mean? Or like a soft, like a slip. Like it was like, you know when mom material felt different than any other material in the house, right? It was like a slip or like a panty or something like that, right? And I remember those I just like my arms full of like that silky sort of like mom stuff that rubs up against my mom, and then I would have to arm it all together. It's so wrong, and I'm also terrified. Yeah. And then I'm running up the stairs with all of this because I don't want to get murdered in the basement.
I remember whenever I used to have to go to the basement for something like, as you said, to empty the washer or dryer or to get something for one of my parents that said, hey, go to the basement, grab me this, whatever. Yeah. It was either talking or singing, but I would do it very loudly.
So the monsters knew you were coming?
So the monsters or the murderer or whoever knew that I was down there.
Yeah.
And just to like calm myself down, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you remember the song?
We always had we always had finished basements, so they weren't that scary, right?
Yeah.
Like it was always like that was
How
like
did you
the
fit?
rec
Were you
room.
too tall?
Oh no, there was tall. 8-foot ceilings are fine. But I remember we had one place that was not a finished basement, and I used to have to go down because that's where the big freezer was.
Yeah.
Remember like back in the day, like your parents would have like a big freezer
Huge.
just for meat?
Yeah.
That you kept in the basement, right? Like nobody does that anymore, right?
My dad does
he?
still.
Actually, no. My parents do.
Do they?
Yeah. They have one of those giant chest freezers
Do they?
with like, oh my God, I can't even tell you the amount of
Shrimp
food that's in
rings.
there.
Yeah, so great. But I remember I was always curious and puzzled as to why my old man installed it at the very back of the basement. Like there was the outlet. It was the outlet at the very, very back of the basement. So you had to go through the entire basement just to get to this thing. And when you're already scared, right? Opening up a freezer in a dark basement is as terrifying or even more than just being alone in the dark basement. Like you open it with your eyes closed, right?
Just in case.
Just in case. But I would 100% if when you're a kid, if it's a difference between attics or basements, I would 100% say basement.
What about, like I grew up in a really old house built in the 1920s with my dad, and he had one of those octopus furnaces down in the basement that had fire in it and stuff, and that was freaky as hell as well.
An octopus furnace?
What is an octopus furnace?
It was a furnace that had like...
Are you sure you're not like thinking of that scene in Home Alone when Kevin goes down to the basement and he sees his furnace?
Similar. It was like it has the face, right, with the flames and stuff, and then the all of the pipes going up to the house.
Oh, so a furnace.
But they call it an octopus furnace.
Oh, okay. Never heard of that before.
Every week you'll see on Instagram at Kiss925, we'll post Ask Roz and Mocha, the photo, and then that is where you load up your most ridiculous or your most curious questions that you want answered, and we'll also get one of you to ask your question with us on the phone as well.
Morgan Freeman here. Can you validate my parking?
Shut up.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Powered by Air Transat. Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5.
Kiss925.com.
Or download the Kiss 92.5 app.